Good evening, good morning. Welcome to Shooting the Shelf here on Just Shelve It. I'm Jesse Arnold, and with me is my also cap adorned co-host Curtis Ackerman. How's it going tonight, Curtis?
It's going pretty well.
Fantastic. I am trying to swallow a piece of Pop-Tart that I did not get done before the intro was over. All right, we got a bunch of folks hopping around in the chat. We got Vonnie Rotten, Dave Orkin, Trevor 16 Shooter, Mark is out there, Commander Gee, Jacob Forna, Brian at Carver Customs, J-Mac, and Ed is out there. Welcome everyone to the show. I feel like all of you are here to see our guest. He's I guess
big.
If you've been around Mythic Legions,
big guest. It's a really big guest.
Yeah, you might have seen him around. He's kind of hard to see sometimes. You know, is always in the background hiding behind stuff. But we've got the one and only inspiration for Sir Ukzak, Greg, formerly Brute Scale, the human selfie.
What up,
stick.
what
What's going
up?
up, Greg?
What's going on, Greg?
What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's up, chat? What's up, everybody?
We did a couple more people. NYC Figure Fanatic jumped in.
Nice.
Stephanie Orkin and Dork Lair. So welcome to those folks as well. So Brute Scale formally. Now it's just Ogre Scale, Greg.
Yeah, I think so. That's what it is now, right?
Beautiful. How many did you end up ordering of yourself?
Quite a few. Quite a few.
You got a case coming of yourself?
Definitely.
I could see you like a year from now just like giving those out to people, like just people just walking into a store or something.
I have
hey, by the way, this is
I have a lot of
me.
family and friends that need some.
Yeah.
You walk into the grocery store, you check out here, have a me figure.
Yeah, you just pay for your groceries with figures of Sir Utzak.
For every car you get that month.
Nice.
You got to get it. You got to get it some 2-scale ogre pizza.
Nice.
Yeah, guys, you got to work on that.
Cool,
Brian. So you got to have one in each room.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's an interesting figure. I've been waiting for an armored ogre for a while. So, and then to have it be a tribute of you is cool, but man, it's just got so much cool stuff on it. That is a really neat figure. We'll have to pull that up and look at it later, but I'm very excited for that. So,
yeah, definitely, man. When I first saw it, I didn't even know, and I was like, "Oh man, I can't wait to throw my head on it." And I'm gonna get a couple of these ogre ones, and all of a sudden, surprise, surprise,
the Tower of Power.
Yeah. I've got your Instagram pulled up, and I just see the pictures of you pinned at the top from G-Con last year, with just that grin on your face. It was just there
that was,
all
weekend. Yep.
Oh yeah, you were smiling. That's for sure.
You got to get your head scanned again with that smile, so you can have that head.
Yeah.
That's funny. We'll have to hook him up with Scott Warren from last week, and we get one of those scans that Scott was talking about.
All right.
All right. Well, we are at the beginning of the show. Let's go ahead and get our shelf selections up there and start talking about the art that inspired us this week. Believe I am first. This is Grand Batinier toy photography. Did this amazing Boba Fett version of a Sentry. They've got several more shots than this, but these are just two that I picked out. I thought they did an amazing job. I love the outdoor photography of it, but just the paint work itself is phenomenal. And I'm seeing so many different paint jobs on these Sentries. It really, to me, it is the figure of the year custom wise. And I just can't wait to see at Legions Con all the different paint jobs that we see on these Sentries. There's so many details, and you can paint it so many different ways that it's just an amazing figure. And I think this one is a really good example of, somebody kind of putting an idea out there and throwing it together, and it just really works.
Yeah, it came out really cool.
I totally agree. I don't know what I can add to what you just said, other than it's really cool. Like you said everything.
All right,
it's really cool. Yeah, this one did catch my eye, but I was like, it's a Century. Curtis is probably going to pick that. So
very nice. All right, Jesse.
All right, this is from one of our friends, Elijah, Captain Firebeard Baker on Instagram. He is one of the denizens of the Goblin Malignancy group, and he's from the UK, so always getting to see his stuff. I feel like the outdoor stuff over in the UK is just different than here, even though it's just trees and stuff. They're older. I don't know. There's something about them. So this shot, I just really liked it. Like he's, like we always say about story and everything coming, either after a long night of fighting or first thing in the morning, getting ready to set out, just the bit of fog or smoke or whatever coming through, just really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the, whether I don't know if he used like one of those fogging sprays or something, or if that's just really that early in the morning that's out there. But it does look really cool with the, and then the stuff in the background looks very like it's from a dead forest or something. So yeah, just a really neat little shot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It looks like my house in the morning when I wake up. Nice and foggy.
And until you go to bed.
And until I go to bed.
I got to throw this up here. Steph saying ogres don't smile last I checked. I mean, come on. Don't you remember Shrek? Ogres are like onions. They have layers.
Yeah, that's true.
They have layers.
It's true. All right. This is my next one. And this is Randy Nerdka. And I just thought I've not seen this figure before. I don't know if this is a custom, if this is a regular figure. I just thought it was super cool. The shot itself, and then just the figure. I was like, man, that's kind of a badass looking figure. A combination of Doc Ock and Spider-Man, and the little green lights that he kind of added to the shot. I just thought this looked really neat.
Yeah, there was a version of. For a while, Doc Ock had taken over Spider-Man's body, and when that got situated, I can't remember if he got a clone or something, but he was in a younger body again, so he became like the superior Spider-Man out on the West Coast, and was more, I guess this is the Superior Octopus, I guess was the name. But yeah, that is a real figure. I don't know if that is the real figure, but there is one of that, I think.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's a real figure, but the tentacles are custom that's on it, because I got that figure.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a really great photo with the city in the background.
Yeah, it is.
Really cool.
Yeah, I might have to search for that figure because that looks pretty cool. All right, Jesse.
Toy Immersion on Instagram. There's been a lot of awesome photography. I think the Horsemen did a post yesterday or the day before featuring a lot of people doing photography with Demistros, but I saw this earlier in the week, which I think was one of the ones on there. And just the way it's lit, I don't know if the eyes have been tweaked or if that's just the way they are in the shot, but I just love that little bit of green reflecting back onto the face if he's looking into like some sort of like magical cauldron or something and the light's kicking back. But it's a really fun figure, and it's really cool to see all the photography people putting out with him.
Yeah, there's definitely like a green hue over the whole picture. It's almost like somebody took one of Trevor's pictures and put a yellow light on it. But I have noticed, Jesse, you are very much Team Bonehead. Like you prefer this look over the translucent one, don't you?
I love the translucent one, and I'm glad I have that one, and yours should be to you in a couple days. But I think there's just the paint on this version on the figure, I think really says something. The green one, like I said, I feel the green one would look really good with like some lighting effects and smoke, like a diorama where it looks like he's being summoned or communicated with through a different magical means or something. But
gotcha.
Since you want to respond with a gift, Trevor, we'll just take this moment to say, hey, tell people about our channel if you want, because once we get to 500 subscribers, I think we can start doing some fun stuff. So
Oh yeah,
like and subscribe and all that jazz. One of the rare times you'll hear me doing that spiel.
yeah. We really haven't talked about it too much. Last I checked, we hadn't gotten to 400 yet. I know that's when we were planning on really starting to ramp up, like doing some giveaways and stuff like that. Sorry, that's the us right there. I was trying to see what number we're at right now.
Greg's gonna buy everybody a pizza. Nope, that's not true. That is not true. He'll buy a pizza, and if anybody is around him,
we'll share.
We are at 395 right now, and
there we go.
Yeah, when we get to 500, we do have some stuff planned. We've got some really good giveaways planned for 500. So if you know people that you think would be interested in this show, definitely promote it to them. We definitely want to get to that 500 and do some really fun giveaway show. And then we'll have to figure out, like, once we do get to 500, who we're going to have on. We're going to have to get like an ultra special guest for that too.
I'm going to get a pizza with 500 on it.
There you go.
There we go.
Maybe we'll get a bunch of people on. Cool. All right. Next is mine. This is Vonnie Rotten, who's in the chat. And I thought this shot was fucking amazing. I mean, Vonnie Rotten's been killing it this year.
Awesome.
This shot with the vampires and the vampire hunters going at it, the werewolf there, like staking the one through the heart. Everything on this is just so freaking cool. I love the shot. I love the mix of different lines together in this. The lighting, everything works for me on this. I want to see this as a movie. I'm like ready. So this one got me very excited this week.
Yeah, it's really cool. Just the way they're all posed, and it definitely feels like a screen grab from a movie. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yep. All right. Next one, Jesse.
All right. Spiral Mystic Toys on Instagram. Again, I don't know what it is with these ones that look like they're like early morning lighting. I know it's magic hour, one of the magic hours, but I just really like how heavily silhouette or shadowed the things are on the right side of the figures. It looks like they've either just finished a battle or are coming across fellows who have been taken out. Since they're looks like bad guys, I'm assuming they just took these guys out. But it's just a great picture. Again, you've got the woods in the background, the fog, however it is. But yeah, this one just, I can almost hear like the silence from the animals probably not making noise, and maybe like a creek running by or something. I really love it.
Yeah, I like just some of the details in here, like the Templar in the middle. How his tunic is very like dirty and bloody, and then he also has that cool shield. Probably my favorite shield for all like third party parts. That's that Wolf King Templar shield. I love that thing. And then just the body sprawled out on the ground, and the one looks like it's got an arrow through it, and just really cool stuff. I like this a lot.
Very cool. Yeah. Again, looks like it's straight out of a movie or a show.
Yeah, it is cool.
Steph says, you're just the only show on Sunday nights. So we're not even that good. We're the only ones available. So, but hey, we'll take it. Let's see. Next one. This one is mine, and this is Super Duper 666. And he had a series of shots with a Thing running and then like encountering Dr. Doom and then smashing him into the freaking ground. And I picked this one out of that series because it was just the coolest. And there was a separate post that he did where he actually showed, he customized that thing, and he added some details to the cracks in between the rocks. He brightened up some of the orange on the chest just to make it pop a little bit more than the normal figure did. So there is a little bit of custom work to this as well. plus just the good photography with the shot and the debris flying up in the air as he's just smashing the hell out of Dr. Doom, because Dr. Doom's kind of a jerk, and he sometimes needs to get smashed.
So we're up opposite a great toy show. I'm not sure what that is. I was unaware of all these things when I started doing this at 9 o'clock last year. So I knew it wasn't one of the regular Legion shows. And since I was going to lean into Legions, that would have been a good name. Leaning into Legions.
Nice.
I wasn't too up on the YouTube universe of things. So
I know at one point we were going up against Mr. Allen, but I don't know that he's got a regular show on Sundays now. And I know, like, for the Motu folks, Fans of Power goes on Sunday nights. But for Legions, like you said, I don't know that there's much else going on with Legions right now. So next one,
there are no open slots.
Next one for Jesse.
I mean, we got like Blade Runner Fuzzmonk here. What is not to love about this? I don't know what all these parts are, but this is really cool. I love how he looks like he's got these exoskeleton arms coming off his back that are double arms for him. All the swords. It's just a really cool looking figure. I really dig this. This looks like something out of that Cyberpunk video game with Keanu Reeves in it or something. But this is really cool. And this is DTG_figures on Instagram.
Yeah, this gives me vibes of that new figure, Kern from the Cosmic Wave. Very kind of, like you said, steampunky, kind of cosmic, post-apocalyptic. You got swords, but you also got a blaster and some armor, and then you got the trench coat look, and and then on top of all that, it's a Fuzzmonk. So, who doesn't love that? I do think this is a really cool look. Like you said, I'm not sure what all parts went into this, but overall, it's just a really awesome look.
Totally.
That is a cool little funky muss.
And this one is mine. This is Scott_Customs. I was obviously in a Darth Maul kick over the last week or so as I've been working on my custom. And I just thought this was a really cool shot. I don't know, just him floating there and just looking badass, and the lightsaber kind of hovering in the air. I don't know, and I did use this as one of my inspiration reference pictures as I was painting all those tattoos on the chest and arms, and which was very stressful work. So
I'm sure,
but
that's a solid pick. I like that. Darth Maul.
Yeah, I mean, it's very menacing. No pun intended.
Yeah. Okay. And this is Jesse.
I mean, Amusing King. I mean, it's Ahsoka week. What's not to love about this picture? Ahsoka is just one of the best fictional characters ever created, and seeing her taking down some stormtroopers. Absolutely love it. I love that it's facing them. So, usually people want to put the hero face onto the camera. But I really like the dynamic angle here. Like, you have no doubt who that is. I just think, is that the cloak from Ziri?
I was going to ask that. It really does look like it. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it.
Like it's wrinkled up just enough to hide the decal or whatever that's called on the back, the stitch or whatever that logo is on the back. So, but yeah, it's just really love this shot.
Yeah, that's definitely it. Yeah, that came out cool. But it's definitely that cloak because I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it sure does look like it. When I saw this, I was like, is there a Star Wars figure that comes with a cloak like that too, or did they take that? Because it does look just like that Ziri one. So
I think she does have a soft goods cloak in one of the figures, but it's not that cloak.
Gotcha. And that is it for shelf selections for the week. So beautiful.
All right.
So Greg, I hear you're slightly into toys.
What's up?
Is that
a little
true?
Bit. A little bit. I dibble dabble just a little bit.
So, a lot of people have talked about your massive toy collection and some of the dios you have and just different scenes that you've got set up. How did all that start? Like what is the beginning of your toy collecting look like?
The beginning, MU's Marvel Universe was the
Mm-hmm.
beginning of my toy collecting. So years ago, I used to do the comic thing, and then I kind of stopped mid-teens and kind of, changed my directive on reading comics as much. Some comics got stolen from my old stepfather's house, and I kind of just got deterred from it for a little bit. But I got my old best friend into
Mm-hmm.
comics big time. He loved the Fantastic Four. His nickname was Mr. Fantaz, and he started collecting Toy Biz.
Mm-hmm.
And one day I went over with my girl, like a little double date, just to hang out at his house, and I saw his Toy Biz figures, and I was like, "Oh man, this is really cool. I kind of want some action figures now." Like,
Right.
So I started with Marvel Universe. So this was my girl at the time. She wouldn't really talk too much about it, so I started getting the little figures, and next thing you know, I had like a whole room, my little man cave, filled with a whole bunch of Marvel Universe. And then when me and her broke up, I kind of really lunged myself into the toy collecting. It became like that vice, and I kind of really dove in with Marvel Legends and NECA, and just it's been down that road since.
Awesome.
And then here we are now.
Yeah, that's just
and that's
crazy.
just one corner.
Right.
That's just one little corner. Yeah.
So what all lines do you collect right now? Like, what are you actively collecting, or at least actively have on your displays?
Right now, I'm still gonna be messing around like Joe's. Obviously Mythic, Cosmic, Legends. I pretty much stopped. Only few, like some Spider-Man, Wolverines, because I got those up. Some Deadpools.
Mm-hmm.
But I really kind of fell back from a lot of lines because it gets really expensive really quick. And right now, everybody's making toys. So you really gotta take a step back from certain things. So I'm just dibbling dabbling here and there. But majority of other stuff is like Joe's, Mythics, Cosmic, NECA here and there, depending what it is. Some Valaverse and stuff like that.
Do you keep your Valaverse separate from your Joes, or do you have them all together?
Right now they're kind of separate. Like I got all the Valas on one shelf. I got all the Joes on one shelf. I'll show you guys in a little bit.
So clearly you've got a lot of different setups and dios and different scenes that you've created. Do you make dios, or you buy them, or do you have like do you get them from a variety of sources? How do you
get them? A little bit of everything, from the pet stores to actually dial parts from different people, and a lot of the shelves I kind of mismatch. I just throw a bunch of different stuff in there and kind of make it work.
Gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, I remember whenever it was before a year ago, because it was a year ago I met you when we went to PowerCon in person.
Yes.
You and Brian rolled up at the middle of the night. But seeing your pictures online, I was like, that guy's setups are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one you had for Xylona's flock, where there's like the stream running through and the grass and all the trees and everything. So, yeah, there it is. Like, come on. It's just like, it's just there.
It's like scenes out of a movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, that's kind of what, setting up this room. This was the first time like doing like a setup. So it was kind of a learning curve at the same time. And I started going with the big shelves, like this one that's right behind me right here, because you can fit so much more in there and create like a small little universe, especially with Mythics, with the factions, to really get the whole team in there or the whole faction in there. You can't really do it on a like a Detolf or a Billy. It's a little rough. You gotta have a couple shelves to be able to fit the whole crew.
Gotcha.
So I kind of wanted something like this. So that's why I got these shelves. And you can always kind of hide. If you don't like the metal part, you can get molding and kind of make it look like it's something different,
Yeah.
But for going forward, like soon I'm going to be moving and I got to pack all the stuff up. But when I set up the new place, I'm going to be going more with the big shelves going forward.
Gotcha.
And I got to say this. I know like Curtis and I, we both do customs. There's a lot of people do customs. You got the Cabal creation guys doing the artwork and everything. I think posing and arranging those displays is its own art form. Like, because it's not, you don't just have them like standing like even if it's an army lined up in a row, it's not just like clone troopers marching into their shuttles. You know, it's there's variety. There's a story happening on those shelves. It's really cool. You put
you
I don't know how long it takes you to do a shelf,
like
but
a character, long time. Like smaller shelves, a couple hours. Like a shelf like this will take me a day, easy a day, maybe even more sometimes, depending. Because you gotta take a step back. Like I'll start setting something up, and I'll spend a whole time setting up the shelf, and I look back at it. I'm like, you know what? This isn't it. This isn't doing it for me. Like this isn't it. And I take it all back down, and I sit there, and I just kind of, you gotta let your imagination take control and kind of create a whole scene in your head, and then kind of go into it, create your own little story.
Yep.
You've been at my place. You've seen I have some higher shelves. I got to get like on ladders to climb up to it, and I'm always annoyed when I've spent, a weekend rearranging stuff and I'm like, oh, this looks great. And then there's one figure in the back whose head is like turned too far to the left or right. And it's like,
yes.
Gotta get up there, try to reach through everything and like tweak that head.
Speaking of it, some just tipped over right here.
The only difference is that Greg doesn't need to get a ladder to get to any of his stuff. So
he'd need a ladder to get a couple of my shelves.
Yeah. So like to get to the very top, a couple of things. I got a little step stool that I had got from my mom when she was here, and I use it in here sometimes just to get to the very tippy top where I need to get. I can't just reach, and I'm like, shit, even I can't reach that part.
Yeah, there's definitely enough height room. For Greg in my place, not enough floor room, but there's height room.
Yeah, no, it's definitely height room. It's definitely height room. Jesse's place was dope. When I walked in, I'm like, oh wow, okay, all right. I like it. He really maximized his space. I like that because same thing in my house. There's not like a corner that's not taken by something. Everything's filled in.
Yeah, I think Jesse made a good point about the like posing and stuff. We've talked about it on here. Whether you're a customizer, a pop and swapper, painter, photographer, doing posing the figures and putting them in a scene like that. Or if it's just like, messing with your figures when you're dusting them, like it's all versions of playing with these toys. As long as you're having fun, like that's the main thing. And we can tell this is definitely something that you enjoy. So.
Oh yeah, this is a great escape. You like on a rough day, sometimes I just come in here and I just start messing around with the show just so my mind stops wandering and I'm just like lose myself into that shelf for a little while and get away from the real world dramas and life stresses,
Yeah.
Get Wolverine posed up, popping some tires with his claws or something.
So, obviously we talked towards the beginning of the show about you having your own tribute figure coming out, next year from Four Horsemen. Tell us about that relationship with those guys and how that started and just I know we saw you at Intern and, but what it's like being able to be in and around the studio. It's
awesome, man. It's really speechless sometimes to think about just being around. I used to see the guys at shows, like all the Jersey shows, and I'll show them like my pictures of all the Templars that I had, and they love this stuff just as much as we do. So when they see like a cool display, they're like, "Oh man, this looks really cool!" Like, and they'll show it to the other guy, and just seeing the guys like that, and then I actually hit up Chris Garbage and I said, listen, if you guys need some help with shipping, I know it's all in-house. So the guys themselves, they pack and they ship everything. So I came out and that's kind of how it started, helping them doing that. And then all the local shows, I come out, I'm at the show anywhere. I'll help them unload and set up and hang out all day and kind of built a friendship relationship. There you go. It's one of the happiest moments of my life right there.
Yeah.
Just this look on your face, just all week. That was Friday afternoon, all the way till I left Sunday night. I saw that on your face.
It was. It's awesome, man.
So, in your average week, how many days are you at the studio?
1 or 2 days.
Gotcha.
My days off from the dealership, whenever we have a campaign that we're shipping out, I'll come in, I'll help out when it's really backed up. And then whenever they do shows, I'll come in, I stop by earlier, help them set up, just give them a hand and hang out throughout the day, talk with people and talk about the coolest things, the toys, and
Nice.
get to hang out with the guys that actually make them and create them, and talk about toys with them. And their imagination it's crazy,
Mm.
I like listening to their stories. So this one, when I start setting them myself, I'm kind of basing it off the stories that they tell me,
I'm sure they probably usually reach some of the high places too, like that shelf with all the different hagnons and stuff.
Absolutely. There's a lot of picking boxes up and putting boxes down. That's the main thing that I do. I pick them up and put them down.
Gotcha.
B team, as we like to call it. We're B team.
Can you talk to us a little bit behind the scenes on the chaotic mess that is shipping out a wave? Like, so you go in, the truck comes in. What from start to finish? What does that look like? How crazy is that getting in and out a wave?
It's a lot. The guys do a great job communicating and trying to get things out, and just packing, checking, packing, shipping. That's pretty much it. We put some music on in the background and we get busy. That's it's not too much magic about it. We just
when you get a shipping container in, I'm guessing that you've got the all-ins, right, that are already boxed up as all-ins, but then you also have cases of individual figures. And then do you guys then organize that in some sort of, horseshoe pattern or something for when you're picking it, so that you have like stacks of this character and stacks of that character? And then
Joe does a great job separating everything out while me, George, or Vern are in the truck unloading, and then guys are bringing the stuff out, and Joe's directing traffic. It's like the airport. He's bringing the planes in, and
put that there.
You
put
go
this
this way,
here.
you go that way. This is that way. There's yellow stickies everywhere to tell us what goes where, and it's like a big hurricane during that time, and somehow it just creates a organized mess.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what about, like, as you're picking the orders, because they've got some weird names on some of these figures. Does any of that ever affect you guys when you're trying to pick these things, or you're trying to remember what these names are with which figures?
Absolutely. A lot of double, triple checking.
Gotcha. Awesome. Okay.
I know one figure you're not going to have any trouble with sorting out for people.
Yeah. I think there's one figure that's going to come out that's going to be all right. It's going to be an easy one.
You're going to know exactly which one it is.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he is pretty unique with the size of him too.
It's going to be a big box.
Gotcha.
Big box.
Well, real quick, want to give a shout out. A bunch of new people joined in since earlier. Big Dubs here, Chris Durant, Billy Beige. Who else jumped in? T. Bellet, Chris Durant. Did I just say Steve O'Beg, Art G, We Talk TV, and I think that's Kent Pool. If I missed you, I apologize, but thank you all for being here. We really appreciate it. Hanging out with Greg tonight. Big Daddy G from Big Dub there.
Yep.
Big Dub. That was cool meeting him too in PowerCon. PowerCon was awesome. And Curtis, man, you were missing PowerCon, man.
I know. I'm going to be there next year. This year I was able to do 2 shows, and I chose to do MesquiCon and to do Legions Con because it was spread apart enough that I felt like I would kind of get my fix, at the different times of the year. But next year I'm definitely doing PowerCon and Legions Con. So and I think
if you don't want to do a lot of walking, be like this guy Nerd Zorik. He had the little scooter thing that he was riding around, and you could rent that out, and he could be zooming around that whole convention.
I saw that. That, I don't know, that might be a little too senior citizen for me. But I do think
I was looking at. Well, listen, After the second day, you're looking at that scooter like, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
It's pretty good.
Well, then
fire
you're gonna
line.
hook up. The bad thing's gonna be was like Ish and Van and those guys, Ryan, start like hooking up their carts to that, and they're just like little,
you guys got trailers,
little tractor trailers moving through
with
the
with a little flashy light in the background.
I think next year Jesse and I maybe actually be running a Wolf King table at PowerCon, so that would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, it would be cool because like I've been to a convention with Jesse, but to actually run a table with him, it would be pretty cool. So that'd be neat. We'll see.
Nope, awesome. Can't even say the word. They're gonna ensue.
Shenanigans.
Yes.
Nice. Yeah. Trevor says it's
just
a great train.
Practical joke where someone they're like, "What a great update to a classic prank! Fill a whoopee cushion with gravy."
Oh, gross.
Oh no, that's terrible.
That's not good.
Oh. No.
Yeah, you're gonna fool even the person sitting down. And Nate just joined us. Welcome, Nate.
And I missed his name, but
Nate,
Steph Detour was in earlier.
Nice.
What's up, Detour?
My man, Steph.
Hey,
that's the man.
Steph, I gotta talk to you. I'm gonna send you a message, Detour, after the show. Sorry.
I need some crazy cosmic Detour weapons. So hopefully he's got to hook up for me at Legion's Con. I need some crazy laser swords and things like that.
So I'm waiting for someone to do like a sword attachment. Maybe someone already has, and I just haven't seen it. Where they put like a sword attachment, like a wrist blade, onto the gauntlets on the Cosmics.
I saw somebody asking about that this week. I don't know if anybody's done it yet.
The Mesco's got that. I think that the Kriegs. The Kriegs have that kind of little spike thing going on that comes out like the arm.
Yeah,
but I mean like the third party where it's like a laser blade, like Wolverine's claws. But yeah.
I know Len's got one that's like a dagger that goes on the arm, kind of like what's from Bad Batch, the main guy,
Hunter.
Yeah, Hunter's got that dagger on his arm, so it's similar to that. That's kind of cool. But yeah, I hear what you're saying. Like something with like a translucent laser blade would be pretty cool adding to that port. So
one of the first 3D printed things I ever bought was a blade like that for Jetfire for the Transformers Siege series.
Mm-hmm.
It was like an attachment that went on his forearm, and it has like a blue energy blade coming out.
Oh, that's cool. Beautiful.
You guys go pre-order. Do it now. Do it now.
Yeah. If you didn't get a pre-order through the Four Horsemen for Sir Uxak,
even if you did, go get yourself some more.
Yeah, add some more.
Don't limit it, Curtis.
There you go.
Buy more Uxak.
He wants it to be the new best-selling figure of all time.
Maverick, it might sound like I'm talking about whatever that is, but I don't know Mass Effect enough to know what that is, so I'm not specifically talking about that. But I appreciate the education.
Speaking of Maverick, saw him with some memes earlier. Just reminded me that we've got Heel Steve back. I'm pretty happy about that. I'm pretty happy.
We do.
Yep.
It's about time.
Oh my gosh.
Our hero is returned.
No, I don't mean Skyfire. I'm sorry. He will always be Jetfire to me. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that's
Steve-O, I would take lightsabers too. That's cool. Or a version of lightsabers, as long as they fit Legions. So I don't know. I think Black Series lightsabers would probably be too small for Legion's characters to hold.
Yeah,
it would be too skinny.
Yeah, they're too small.
Yeah,
but like a little bigger size, maybe like the Disney. Like remember those metal ones, those bigger ones. Maybe those pieces would fit.
Gotcha. Nice.
light sabre.
Light sabre.
Coming to you next from Ramen Studios. They just change the name and just do whatever they want. So I don't know. Is that something that you guys are okay with talking about? You want to talk about some ramen real quick? Because I've heard some things. You guys were both at PowerCon, and I've heard they may have kind of rubbed some people the wrong way with how they're doing some things. Just, you've got all these other vendors out there that if they want to do a certain license, they got to jump through all these hoops and pay the extra money to be able to use that IP. And it sounds like Ramen's basically just doing whatever the hell they want, and then saying, if you don't like it, come talk to us and we'll work something out, which is the backwards way from what most toy manufacturers do. So I don't know. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I don't know enough about the situation to really answer anything.
Yes.
I mean, if they're doing copyrighted stuff, which I know they are, and they're not getting permission, I think that's wrong. But again, I don't know all the behind the scenes stuff, so it's hard for me to comment.
Yeah, there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff like that too. I mean, it's a little crazy because you want the people to get paid, the owners of the stuff, so it kind of cuts their throat. So it's a little crazy. It's like they're gonna do it and then wait for the season to cease after they make a couple dollars off of it, I guess. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I saw Robo on Foosh talking about it. I guess he had a talk with them, and basically they told him like they're not opposed to, paying people for those IPs like they did for Super 7 for when they were doing the Silverhawks. But basically that their take is, rather than reaching out to somebody ahead of time and getting turned down, they'd rather just start working on it. And if they get shut down, they get shut down. If they don't, they don't. And if the company comes to them and says, hey, yeah, you can do that, but you're going to have to pay us so much, then they see if they can work something out. So I don't know. It's a little different way of doing it.
It's a little bit of like a guerrilla tactic kind of way of doing it. But, I guess whatever works out, I don't know. Like it's a little crazy.
There's some stuff that I like they're doing the Brave Star figures now, and they were working on that mask vehicle and stuff. And I just don't, as a toy collector, some of that stuff I don't know that we would be getting otherwise. Like, do I think that Mattel is going to be doing a Brave Star character anytime soon? Probably not. And I don't really care about that line. But if I was a huge Brave Star fan, I think I would just be happy that somebody's doing it. So I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that. I do think it's a little shady sounding, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. The only ramen figure I've got is the Quicksilver, and they did pay. I mean, the Super 7 logos on the back of the box, like they paid them for that one. So I don't know other stuff.
They had one at the show for like, I think it was like $110, $120, something like that.
Yeah. Well, and then some of the stuff, like they made that Maverick figure for Top Gun, and then they basically got shut down by the studio, said that, hey, you can't sell that likeness head. But they said you couldn't sell it, not you couldn't give it away. So now they're doing something where, like, if you buy these 3 other generic like pilots, they throw in the Tom Cruise head for free. So they're still doing it. They're just, it's like, I don't know. It's just finding ways to work around it. So
listen, they got the loopholes. I mean, listen, people got tying your loopholes up. I mean, it sucks. But what are you gonna at the same time?
I mean, me, Curtis. I don't even want to take in outside food into the movie theater. So
that's true.
All of this is just, making me uncomfortable no matter what it is. Like, I do agree. Yeah. Like, if they weren't doing it, some of those things definitely would not be seeing the light of day again. I think the mask stuff is really cool. I wouldn't buy the Braveheart stuff just not on principle, but like if it was official, I wouldn't be getting it just because I can't get everything. But it's.
Maverick just said it's $175 for the 3-pack, and then you get the head free. That's a lot of money for Tom Cruise head.
And there's a weird thing with Tom Cruise because they were going to make a pop of him from the Mummy movie he was in a few years ago, it was made, prototyped, and everything, and then
Mhm.
that figure never saw the light of day. Like they crushed it. It's a pop, and it, you know, it doesn't look that
Yeah.
much like the people. So I don't know if he's got some like no likeness thing.
Yeah.
Like if, yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
it
they
could
were
be.
doing like the same thing with they did that car that's supposed to be like the General Lee, but they're not marketing as a General Lee. It's just an orange car. But if you
It's
buy it,
Lieutenant Steve.
but then if you buy it, they throw in this sticker pack that has the stickers that basically turn it into a
Yeah.
General Lee. So it's like, you
I
know,
mean, the cars look awesome. The cars look really cool. I
yeah,
did get a black one. I did get the
Ghost
black
Rider
one
looking
with all
one.
the accessories. Yeah,
Yeah.
with the
Yeah, where
accessory
it's like
parts, you
it's
can
not
change the whole
Ghost Rider,
gear.
but if you buy this figure, or you buy this car, we're gonna throw in a figure that looks exactly like Ghost Rider. So I don't know. And then I think to top it all off, you know, going to PowerCon, which is not all He-Man anymore, but it's still a lot of He-Man, and showing off a new He-Man and Skeletor when it's like, you know, these ones that like haven't been heard of, these brands for, you know, 20, 30 years is one thing. But like we got a million He-Man and Skeletors right now. Like, did we
Yeah.
need another like that just feels like salt in the wound. Like, hey, not only are we gonna do these other ones that nobody cares about, but we're gonna go
We're
to
gonna do
the
this one.
He-Man
Yeah.
convention and we're gonna put out a He-Man and Skeletor and tell you to, you know, suck it. So I don't know. I could see people getting their feathers ruffled about it. I don't know. It's interesting. So
Feathers always going to be ruffled no matter what. So
that's
Yeah.
true. That's true. So you guys were both at PowerCon. What else? What other things caught your eyes? What things that you thought were interesting, or so any surprises that you saw, or new reveals that you liked?
that Thundercat base. Oh
The
man.
Cat Slayer, yeah.
Oh man, that thing is freaking ginormous. It's huge. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
insane. I mean,
and if you're saying that, it's people know it's big.
Hey, we
Yeah,
got
it's
Walter in
big,
the chat
man.
too, by the way, guys. Walter.
My
What's up,
man
Walt?
Walter, my brother.
Yep. Yeah, I've heard that Cat Slayer. I mean, obviously, I've seen the measurements and stuff, but I've heard that like seeing it in person is like a whole different thing. It's like
Yeah.
amazing how big this thing
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Like I was selling
Yeah.
a couple extra Thundercat figures that I had, and I might not sell them now because I'll need them to be able to put them around the other side of the base. Like I had an extra lion all. I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to need that extra lion all for the other side of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. You got like a living room. I mean, it's huge. It's insane. It's
You need a
it's
lot of
definitely
real
worth
estate
the
for something
money.
like. I mean, it's a good centerpiece for sure for a collection. Like if you're a Thundercats person, I don't know how you don't have that, but you also need a lot of real estate to put that thing out.
Yeah.
That's I was just thinking, you said real estate, and I was watching some clips from one of the John Wick movies yesterday or today, and it's like I want to see that in the next John Wick movie. Like they have a big gunfight in like a toy collector's, where it's like one of those fancy places that with all the glass cases in the John Wick movies, but instead of like ancient weapons
Oh,
or
man.
stuff like that, it's just toys in these massive cases.
Yeah.
You just stand there and wince in pain as they crack through each one.
Did have a couple comments I wanted to call out from our last conversation. Dorclair says his take on unlicensed toys is that it depends on the owner of the IP. Hasbro and Mattel are fair game. Smaller independent companies should be off limits. I could see that take because, you know, Dorclair is very much anti-big establishment. So that doesn't surprise me with that. And then Kirby says it's also precedent setting. What's to stop them from doing Mystic Legends with knights like Ortho or Air Ether? Yeah, I mean it once you start letting some of this stuff slide, it's like, you know, give them an inch, they're gonna take a yard. Like
it opens
who
that
knows
door
where they're gonna stop. So
well, you notice they're not doing anything with anything Disney owns, at least that
Yeah.
I'm aware of, because Disney will go
Well, that's
after
'cause
them.
Disney
like,
comes
oh yeah,
through.
they'll
Yeah,
send like a team of
and they-
lawyers.
Yeah, really quick.
So what else from PowerCon that caught your guys' eye? I know like I just got my new Battle Cat in, and whew, that Mondo Battle Cat is something special. And it seemed like they had some other cool Mondo stuff on display there. I would have loved to see that. But anything else that you guys saw that really caught your eye?
I mean, the whole place is full of stuff that's really cool, and not everything's necessarily something I would want to own if I had all the money in the world. But it's really cool. There's a lot of creative stuff. I saw one guy that was just doing like, it wasn't my speed, but he was making like he was sculpting stuff and then making molds of it. And it was just like he had like watches and hats and all this stuff with like his little logo and everything. And it's just like, cool. I've never heard of this guy. I've never seen this stuff before, but it was just cool that it's not just the big companies or even the bigger independent companies like Four Horsemen and Mondo and those things, you know. Well, I guess Mondo's part of Funko now, so it's even bigger, but it was just cool seeing all the different stuff there. And you know, I would say this a million times, it was cool seeing all the people who are in the Cabal and, you know, Legions collectors and everything. So
Trevor says Monster Force is awesome. I've heard that too. A lot of people talking about
so Monster Force was really cool. Surprised. That was very surprised. Like I walked by there and I looked at it. I'm like, damn it, stop. Don't look at him. Don't look at him, because it was really, really cool. And I'm like, no, don't stare at him. Stop
Walter
staring at
says
him.
that AWOC had a pretty nice setup as well. So
AWOC had a really cool setup. So
they had the hammer. They had the hammer that comes with the gorilla.
Yeah, I grabbed the
which
hammer.
is really cool. Like
that was awesome.
like 1-to-1 human scale that you could pick up and take pictures with. And they had I think it was Nick Dubes did the treehouse fort diorama thing. Those were really
cool. Was cool.
Yeah, and Walter's bringing up Battletoads. I've heard a lot of good things about the Battletoad display as well. I don't have any tie into the
Battletoads
property, but
I had grabbed the NJ Con exclusive Battletoad, and I almost grabbed the other ones at the show. But again, I'm trying to fall back from a lot of lines right now, so I had to pump the brakes because that huge one was like $90, like $100. It was like a big ass.
That's all that big one was.
Bowl. Yeah, it was like it was dumb cheap. I was like, oh my god! Like I almost got it. If this was like a year ago, it would have been another big box in the back of the truck.
Oh yeah, the Frazetta Girls Dark Wolf. That was a nice. Whose video was that? Oh, Hedgehog had a nice video where he stopped by that booth and he was talking to Eamon and talking to Trevor. So that was a pretty cool display. And then Trevor actually said he's shooting the new AWOC figures right now. So
nice.
Awesome.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Greg, I do have to ask you, how many of those Black Adam 3D wall art pieces did you get from McFarlane?
So I got one. And I left it at Darius' booth, at the Amazing booth. I was like, here, you can have it. Just hold the picture real quick. And then I ended up leaving it to him. And I think it was another piece that I got, and I left it with Chris. Chris texted me, was like, hey, is this yours? I was like, yeah, no, but it's yours now. It was that My Hero Academia set that they had, like the last day. It was that little set they had.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, you can have it. You can give it to your kids.
And then Walter's also talking about the Glyos, which I saw a lot of people jumping into the really cool. Glyos. I tell you what, that would be
some of those little pieces.
That would be a huge rabbit hole for me. I think if I got into that, I'd be like, you know, I'd be a few $100s in like within the first week.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to.
Well, you know what? Some of those smaller ones. Some of those smaller ones, if you paint them a certain way, they fit with Cosmic. Like this little guy right here.
Yep.
Like if you paint him up, he could look like one of those little caterpillar kind of guys, and he's like small enough that it's like a little companion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
oh, is that what you have in that picture?
Are really, really cool.
On the race feeder with Ziri. Okay.
Yep. And you see his back, he got pillar. It was really, really cool.
Awesome.
At first, the guy he wasn't coming back to Legion Con, but I think he's coming ba's this year. So you guys going to see a bunch of those little guys.
I was gonna say they have like the whole
really cool
Glyos like mini con at Legion's Con again this year, right?
I like the.
I think so. I think they're coming back this year. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the ones that they showed. Jeremy DeWitt got some that are like Motu inspired ones. Like there was like a Manny Faces and a few other.
It's a quick rabbit hole.
So good. Yeah. I did want to pull up this comment from Dorklair. He said it's not Mondo anymore. It's the Mondo brand produced by Funko. Well, I will tell you this. The Mondo brand produced by Funko just did an amazing fucking Battle Cat. And while there were some people that were really saying the sky was falling and we may not get them or they might be shit, those people were dead wrong. And the Battle Cat is fucking amazing. So not to mention any names, but if anybody was naysaying about Mondo when the Battle Cat was getting ready to come out, I'm telling you, that thing's awesome. Fucking awesome.
So I saw it in person at the show, and man, that thing looked really, really nice.
It is really so good. Nice. Yeah. And it's massive too, man. This thing, it is. So big.
That picture you posted of like it's sitting next to your dog, and your dog was like,
"What the fuck is that?" Yeah, terrified of it. And my dog's not a small dog.
Dog was scared.
Like, yeah, my dog takes up half my couch, and this thing's like, almost as big as it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Oh man.
Let's see. Okay, so how about the Greg? Your thoughts on the newest Cosmic Wave? What do you think about the new wave?
They're awesome, man. They came out really, really nice. I love the new parts. I love the little creature. I love the little alien looking ET creature. Uka.
Yep.
Awesome. The names, I'm terrible with names, so it takes me a while to start remembering these names for these guys. That wave was really, really nice. I didn't see a lot of them till the show also. Yeah. So it was a surprise for me too. You know, I got to see them for the first time also, especially put together like that.
My favorite figure is the Orcar or whatever. But I think that accessory kit is going to be like $25 for all that stuff.
Yeah.
Painted
you can
to scale, and you can just throw that in any picture or any display. Like, I don't know, man. I think that's the steal of that wave is that $25 set. And I've heard
if you think about it, if you buy third-party parts like that, you're gonna spend at least $100 for a set like that. Easy.
You're gonna spend $25 on one of those pieces unpainted, you know, and then you're gonna have to paint them up, you know. So to get all of that stuff, there's 5 pieces plus a couple tubes painted. Like that's ridiculous for $25. And I know I've seen several people say, you know, there's going to be people that order this that are not even into Cosmic, that maybe they're into, Joe's or Action Force,
Joe's, Star Wars, everything.
Yeah,
you can use that for all of that.
Yeah, I think it's a brilliant move on their part. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if someday we get, more vehicles, playset type things. But I think this like little accessory kit is a brilliant idea on their part. Totally took me by surprise.
This is all a start. It all depends how well these things do. If this thing takes off and it sells really, really well, they're going to make more. It's it's all in the fans.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a steal.
I always say right now we're in the golden age of action figures, man. The stuff that we get right now, it's insane, and can it get any better? Besides adding lights and actual monitors to these things, you know what I mean? Like, can it get any better than that?
Yeah, I mean, it's from a quality perspective, we're definitely getting the best quality figures that have ever been made. And I'm not just
what's funny, people still complain nowadays. All around, but like the sculpts, for a lot of these companies, either you're going to spend the top dollar and get sculpt and paint, or you're going to pay a little less and get maybe not as much articulation or not as, you got to pick and choose your battles.
Right.
But overall, these toys that's coming out, they're insane. And you spend a couple bucks to tweak it your way, you have the perfect figure.
The only thing that worries me, And I guess it shouldn't worry me because like once I'm dead and gone, who cares? Like But I really
listen,
do
man.
believe we're going to be the last generation of this type of collecting. Because everything else
Well,
is
that's
moved
why it's so big right
digitally.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Well,
why it's
yeah,
so big
because
because it's guys like us from collecting all these years that's still around. You got like another maybe 20 years unless kids really like younger generation starts picking it up. But you'd be surprised because certain age groups they skip collecting and being into it. Then they get a certain age and they get into it. Like me, like I stopped for many years, and then in my early 30s I got back into it.
Yeah.
So you never know.
And
And
just
the
look at
stuff that they're
like
coming out with
vinyl
is
and like cassette
That's
tapes
true.
have made a
yeah,
comeback because Guardians of the
yeah.
Galaxy. It might fall away. It might not be as prevalent at some point. It might be like the collecting side of it might go away at some point. But I wouldn't be surprised before we're gone that like it becomes like a trendy thing again.
Yeah.
Maybe like some of the. I mean, because like my
I
kids
think as long as
never
we're
really.
around, it's gonna still be going for a good 20 years.
Yeah, I mean, my kids never really played with toys, but like everything was video games and stuff. But I could see what you're saying,
Yeah.
Jesse. It may get to a point where, I mean, heck, we're already seeing like the Mario stuff, and now Barbie as a movie, and
Yep.
so like you may get to some of this stuff that they latch onto this stuff, and down the road they want that tactile experience and want that thing in hand where it's not just viewing it on a screen, but actually having something. So we'll see. I just, that's one thing I
But
worry
it's
about is
also
that
up
we're a
to
dying
us.
breed.
It's up to us to keep the young generation playing with toys. So when your god kids or your grandkids or somebody's kid's birthday, buy them an action figure, buy them a toy, so they can get into it, they can play with it. You know what I mean? Because if they receive it, then it's there, and they'll
Yeah.
eventually pick it up and play around with it. And who knows? And out of a lot of those kids, some of them will get into it.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
I
true.
think I don't think it's going anywhere. I think the intensity or the popularity of it will wax and wane like everything does. But I mean, what they keep finding stuff from like ancient dig sites and stuff where there were like, the one that came out a few years ago, it was like ancient like action figure found. It was like a little soldier with like a removable helmet that was like sculpted out of clay or metal or something.
That's
I mean,
I
probably
remember
wasn't
seeing
an action figure, but people love having things to represent things that they enjoy. And unless we go like fully into like a Wall-E future where we're all just floating around on hover chairs and have no spines and bones anymore, I think having something physically in our hands is something that will remain.
I thought I was being morbid and negative, and then Steph comes out with this. The human race, I reckon, will be extinct soon. So I agree, fellas. So she wins the award for
Yeah.
most
Well, listen,
negative.
humans are like roaches. We're never going to go away.
Yeah.
One POA. I'm going to bring this back up real quick since the sale's going on there for the pre-order going through, I think, middle of next month. We've got the two skateboards up right now. $65 for the two different skate decks, which someone has said they're like quality boards you can use to skate if you are of that. And then you've got the
Walter posted something that there may be some Cabal ones coming soon as well. So
yeah, I saw something. Len, I guess, is working on a Cabal one.
That'd be cool.
And you've got this Ox Crew print that was at PowerCon.
That poster is so dope. That print is so sick.
And it's huge.
And it's a screen print, so it's not like and it's a screen print, so the quality of that print is really, really nice.
It looks
it's not just like a regular poster.
The look of it here is really cool, but seeing it in person, like the colors were just like jumping off that page.
Yeah.
So the two skateboards, the print, and they have a few of the Cosmic two double print available. So like you were saying, depends on how things go. Same with like the prints and the skate decks. The more these sell, the more chance you are to get more of them down the road if that's your thing. So
yeah, and I think it was Eric Miller posted I don't know if it was in the Mythic Legion Cabal or the Cosmic Cabal, but he posted a little video about like what goes into screen printing a poster. For anybody that's interested, a pretty interesting video. Definitely a lot of work that goes into those, which, you know, is why they're more expensive than just a regular, you know, print. So yeah, check that out if you're interested. It's not my thing. I'm happy that these skateboards and prints and stuff are out there for people that are interested in it. I think it's cool for, you know, Four Horsemen to explore these different avenues, different things that people want to collect. I mean, you know, it's like back in the day when we had, you know, the Masters of the Universe lunchbox and backpack and, you know, everything else. It's like you don't have to collect it all, but it's cool to have some options for people that like that stuff. So
roll out that merch wagon.
There you go.
You know,
Spaceballs the lunchbox.
Sippy cups.
Spaceballs the breakfast cereal. Spaceballs the flamethrower. Beautiful. So, you going to be at RetroCon, Greg, coming up?
I'm not sure, man, because I usually go out like Saturday night after I get out of work, and I would drive straight down. Mm-hmm. But I don't know this year how it's going to be with the funds to be able to pull a hotel stay overnight. So I might not take that trip down.
Gotcha. I knew there was a couple people coming from the studio. I didn't know who all's making it. So
I think Cookie's going. Joe might be going.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. You're going, right, Jesse?
Yes, I will be working at the Wolf King table with Patrick and I think Nate Armstrong right next to Len and Anthony and Mark Toy Forge and Funhouse will be there with their stuff. I think right next to us as well.
Nice.
I'm very much looking forward to it.
I saw Dorklair say that he's working on that Aerither deck, like actually making it into a skateboard. Said he's probably going to bring it to a shop and get it all done at once. So that's cool. And then Walter did confirm Lynn is working on a design for a Cabal skate deck. So that's cool.
Nice.
Okay. So Legions Con, you already said you'll be, so intern, you're going to be there, moving things around and helping them show off stuff at G-Con. And, so you'll be there for both days, and then I'm guessing for the event you'll be at the table selling figures.
No, I'm going to be having some Groger head sculpts for sale.
Ooh,
I'm splitting one of the tables with Brian, and I might have a couple of heads for sale this year. So this year I'm going to be hanging out at the table, hanging out, talking a little bit more. Because last year I was working that table, man, and that whole weekend flew by in a blast. I didn't even get to really walk around and chat too much, except at nighttime, you know. So this year I kind of want to be at the table, offer some extra heads out there for the ogre scale.
We know all you were going to say all weekend was, "Did you see my figure? How many did you order?" So you know.
Well, that was last year's.
No, I know. That was last.
This year's kind. It's going to be. Yeah. When that figure comes out, that's going to be different. I'm going to be pushing those figures at the table. Like, don't you want 2 more of these or 4 more?
Yeah. So last year you worked the table, and this year you're just kind of like pawning that off on one of the newer guys. Like, hey, you can do that this year. Nice. Okay. So the heads that you're talking about, are you talking about painted, unpainted, both?
There's going to be a couple painted ones, and there's going to be a bunch of unpainted ones for the guys that like to paint. So I have this head available, this one.
Oh, nice.
And it's like the guy. Hold on,
like double vision going on right now.
Yep.
He's a little better shape than I am.
We do need one with that big smile from when you first saw the tribute figure, though. We need that big smiling one.
I'm gonna have to work on that one.
Bill, I hope you get it.
Yeah, Dorkler is saying he might be at intern. Cool.
Nice.
It's an amazing experience. Obviously, Jesse and I went this past year, and so much fun. I know my wife and son are going this year, so they're going to have a great
Oh, that's
time.
gonna be cool.
If there's anybody that does have an extra spot and they're interested, I would definitely be interested and be willing to pay for your entry into intern if somebody's got an extra. But yeah, great time. Oh, that ogre one's cool. So
yeah,
beautiful.
so gonna have these guys up there.
A little bit more ruffled hair.
That's great.
Yeah, a little more ruffled, ogre style.
Nice. That's cool. I
Those
like
are
that
awesome.
on that figure. I like the pauldrons there with that fur piece underneath of it. That's cool.
So those pauldrons actually, Len from Wolfgang, he made them bigger from the regular size figure that we had for like a Thor kind of figure, and he upscaled that and his hammer.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I've seen that in the
cool.
1.0 scale. I haven't seen the ogre scale one like that. That's cool.
This one keeps wanting to fall over, so we're gonna put you up here.
Yeah, that hammer looks badass in an ogre scale.
Yeah, this hammer came out really. I had Brian paint it up for me.
Yeah, that's cool.
Oh, that's nice.
Came out really cool.
Yeah, Brian. I mean,
so because I wanted a hammer that looked like the holy hammer before he got the armor.
Yeah,
so this is kind of like before the armor kind of look.
Where's the necklace from? The beads there, is that a?
That's from this Monkey King figure that I forgot the name of the company, and it came with some beads. So I stole the beads and I used them.
Gotcha.
So it's not the figure obscura Monkey King. It's one of the other ones.
Correct. Yeah. I forgot the name of it.
Nice. Nate's asking if
I don't wait. What does that mean?
No idea.
It's okay. Don't worry, Jesse.
Don't worry about it.
You'll tell me when I'm older.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll tell you when you're over.
I'm just so stoked about Legion's Con this year. I'm so ready. It's going to be interesting, with there being more room and the pub there and stuff. I'm interested to see what the after hours looks like, but I just know it's going to be a great time with a lot of cool people. So looking forward to it.
Off so I can recuperate.
I think I get it now.
Took a little bit, but he got there.
The comments got me there.
Nice. Beautiful. So what else do you
nice.
besides toy collecting? Any shows or movies that you're liking right now? Anything that you're watching?
I watch everything, man. There's not too much of anything I watch, especially at work when it's slow. I got my tablet and I watch Disney again, pretty much almost everything that's out. I give everything a shot, and if it's cool, I'll watch it. If not, but Ahsoka, I watched it a few times already. I watched it again today.
Oh yeah,
one of my favorite. Yeah.
You liking the start of it so far?
Very much. It's so Clone Wars like. It gives me. Clone Wars was my favorite. So really, really awesome. I like the route they're going.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting series. I'm looking forward to see where they go with it. So, Jesse, I know that's your jam, right?
Yeah. I was waiting for Jesse to jump in.
I know it's still pretty fresh, so I don't want to get into any spoilers or anything for folks that maybe haven't watched it yet. If you have not watched it yet, go watch it now, or when we're done. Don't watch.
Yeah, not right.
Wait till this show. Wait till this show's over. Come on.
Wait till the show ends. I'll watch it again when the show's over.
I need to watch it again. I haven't watched it again because I've been trying to get a lot of stuff painted for RetroCon. I realized, like, I thought I was going to just kind of help out, and then I was like, no, I want you to bring stuff. I was like, oh, okay. So I've been busting my butt the last couple of days trying to get stuff done. So I'll watch it again, but I really like it. I think Rosario Dawson's doing a really good job of. It was really hard for me to accept anyone other than the voice of Ashley Eckstein as Ahsoka when they cast her in Mandalorian, just because she's so integral to that character. but I think she's doing a great job, even in Mandalorian season 2 and the little bit in Book of Boba Fett she was in. She's getting all these little nuances, like the way she's like crossing her arms and like the sideways glances and the little smirks. Like she really studied that cartoon, and some of it might just be, coaching and directing from Dave Filoni, but I think she's doing a really good job of bringing that character to life.
I mean, she was a fan,
Yeah.
so that plays the biggest part. Like, she was a fan before anything, when she cosplayed. I think that's why she got the gig, because of her cosplay. When she cosplayed as Ahsoka, and it was like, we were like, oh shit, like that's Ahsoka, like that's the one.
Yeah, she
really embodies the look.
Oh, who is that? There's the guy that does like the poster, the print, the artwork online. I forget what his name is, or the group that does it. They did a poster, a mock-up of her as a live action Ahsoka, and I think she jokingly like attributed to their promo poster is what got her the job.
Okay.
But I think Hera is great. I love seeing live action Chopper. The most violent character in all of Star Wars.
I want more of Zeb than what we got, in that little tiny credit scene or whatever for Mandalorian. I want like him actually in the series. So
I think we will.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know why through 2 episodes like we've gotten all the characters but him. So I'm wondering where did he go off to after?
Crew. Yeah,
I think
we're gonna get the whole
part of it is
besides Kanan.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem is because he's such a CGI heavy character and it's a show. I'm assuming we're going to see very little of him just for that reason, or they'll save him for a very important moments. But that's just my guess. But I definitely want to see him too.
A lot of comments on here about Rebel Moon.
That sucks too.
Have you guys seen that trailer for Rebel Moon yet?
I haven't seen the trailer for Rebel Moon.
I have not either.
I heard about it. Wasn't that supposed to be like a Star Wars movie, and then they didn't get the approval, and now they just made it their own thing?
I don't know the full story. I know, like, I saw someone say it was going to be like, I guess the basic story was Zack Snyder's pitch for a Star Wars movie. And I guess, but I don't know the whole story, but yeah, someone would be like, it's the Zack Snyder Star Wars movie. So I like it better when he does stuff that's not attached to previously existing IP. And I will say this, like him or love him, like him or hate him, his movies look good. Like they're the visuals and there's great acting and stuff in the movies he makes. But Rebel Moon, the trail, like I saw, was it Nate said, Sucker Punch looked really good. Sucker Punch was beautiful to look at, but that story was hard to deal with. Like I did not think that movie accomplished what it was trying to accomplish. It's also the most uncomfortable I've ever felt watching a movie in a theater. I don't know if either of you guys saw that, but I think Rebel Moon, based on the trailer alone, I think it looks stunning. I think the designs are really cool, and I'm excited to give it a shot.
Okay. Cool. Anything else that you guys are watching right now?
What else am I watching? Everything?
For the 3rd season of Ragnarok came out on Netflix. I'm not sure if you guys have checked that out. It's an interesting take on Norse mythology, like a modern day Norse mythology. Season 3 just came out. It's interesting. So
love to check that out.
It's not like the Marvel versions of Thor and Loki and stuff like that, but if you like that mythology, it's got some interesting stuff in it, so it might be worth checking out.
That's because the real Norse mythology is nothing like the Marvel versions of those characters.
Correct.
No.
Yeah, but it's also like a modern take on it as well.
Yeah.
So,
like how many different Norse beings did Loki give birth to as the mother?
Yeah, and it's one of those shows that's it's filmed in another language and then they dub over it. So if that's something that bugs you,
okay.
you know, it might. but yeah, it's I enjoy it, but it's definitely a niche show. So
I just finished watching Messiah on Netflix, which is really disappointing because it was only one season.
It sets up like it could be another.
It was pretty good.
I think it got canceled though. Like it
did
definitely sets up. Like it wasn't that like, ooh, I got to get home and watch this, but I enjoyed it. I thought the interesting. Like I being a person of faith, I like seeing people address issues of faith genuinely and not just in a mocking way or so super duper on board with it that it's almost a cartoon. So I liked the elements that was bringing in, and I definitely would have liked to see where that story went. So.
We're okay. I wanted to ask this question because, like me, same thing. You know, person of faith and Christian, and like I found myself trying to root for this guy, and I'm like, man, I really hope he is who he says he is, and he's not like, you know, like because there's this whole thing throughout the show where it's like, is he the real guy or is he, you know, some sort of con man? And you know, there's certain things on both sides that says, you know, maybe this, maybe that. Like I just found myself rooting for the guy, and I'm like, even at the end, I'm like, I don't know, like. It did leave me with, you know, kind of hoping there was a second season. So if it is canceled, that's a little disappointing. But did you feel like that throughout? Or did you feel strongly that he wasn't genuine or he was?
I think I'm the eternal optimist, except when it comes to myself. So I kept, you know, I whether he was who everybody else was saying he was, I wanted him to be genuine and true about what his intentions were. So
correct. Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Again, it's one of those interesting things like, you know, if Jesus happened today, what would it be like? And I feel like this is like a very similar, not the exact same take, but a kind of take, like how many people think it's real or, oh, it's just a hoax and all this stuff. So,
well, and it's interesting too, because like I always found it interesting, like going back and reading like Genesis, like reading them through, or Exodus, reading through like the stuff with Moses and stuff with Jesus, to where people like are seeing these things, they're seeing these amazing things and still like having doubts and still not believing. And I'm like, how could you, like, as I'm reading the Bible, I'm like, how could you see these things and not believe? Like what was wrong with these people? But then you think about how we would be today, and you know, you would probably be pretty skeptical. Like, is this some sort of optical illusion? Is this CGI? Is this a magic trick? Like,
especially, you know, with AI and all the Photoshop stuff today,
yeah.
like I don't believe half of the stuff I see in my Instagram or Facebook feed, you know?
Right. So yeah, I think it was an interesting take on that. Like, you know, that question of faith and doubt in a modern age. Yeah, it's interesting for sure. Oh, Midnight Mass.
Have you seen Midnight Mass, Greg?
I haven't.
We won't talk about it. I made the mistake of like binging that entire season in like a day and a half.
Yeah, because it's not super long. Yeah,
it's not super long, but it's really intense. And I was like, man, this was a wrong choice just for the emotional roller coaster I went on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that show's really good. So Chris, enjoy it. I don't want to spoil it since you're watching it, but yeah, Greg, if you get a chance to watch Midnight Mass, it's really good.
I'm going to check that out. You know what I just watched yesterday? The Monkey King on Netflix. That was pretty cool.
That's a good one. I really enjoyed that.
It was fun. It was fun.
I was going to start it the other night, but I was like, if I start this now, I'm going to fall asleep. Yeah. And I don't want to fall asleep watching this movie. So
see, I never knew that story before that character come out. That's one of the things I really love about the figure obscura line, because every figure that comes out, I learned something about those characters, and I knew nothing about.
Yeah, I knew about Monkey King.
Yeah. See,
I was
didn't.
excited because
So
I wanted a figure.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I'm saying because I wanted a cool Monkey King figure, and then I got like a third party kind of one that was all right. It was more like a human kind of style.
Mm-hmm.
And then like a month after that, the Horseman dropped that one. I was like, oh man, I wish I knew that one was coming out like a month ago when I got this one.
Yeah, you gotta tell them at the studio, hey, you guys give me a heads up on these things. But
and that's a little bit of insight into the studio there, because you were working there. I mean, it's only a couple days a week, in the evenings or weekends or whatever. But even you didn't know it was coming until it hit. So
no. So listen, there's stuff that it's pieces on trays that you don't even know what's to what. Sometimes even the guys there that's there every day don't see it put together to the day that it's being put together.
Yeah. Well,
so you never know. But the cool thing about that other Monkey King is that he came with his staff.
I'm really glad you weren't in Big and right then.
Monkey King.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I was wondering where that staff came from. I saw your picture of it.
Yeah. So cool. I switched that up real quick.
Yeah, it was like I knew nothing about that character. So watching that show or that movie, just like there would be different things where I'd go, oh, there's the peach, and oh, that's how he gets the stick, and like and then just seeing his persona in that, like his attitude and how it is at the beginning and why he acts the way that he acts and stuff. It was just very interesting for sure.
So did the growth.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it yet, but I started the first episode on Disney. There's the American Born Chinese, which is based on a graphic novel or a comic book. That it's not a retelling of it, but it's like a continuation of, or it's got the Monkey King and some of those characters in it.
Yeah. There was another show that I just watched on Netflix. It was like a Valhalla, like a Nordic kind of show. Like a Viking kind of show. That was pretty cool. It was like a cartoon. What was the name of it?
The Vinland Saga?
Vinland Saga?
Yeah, that's really nice. Really, really cool.
Yeah,
really,
I'm
cool.
not an anime guy, but I did like Vinland Saga. Yeah, that's a good one.
That was really good.
Very cool. I started it, but I didn't get past the first episode. Maybe someday.
Okay.
I can't have stuff on in the background, and I'm doing so much stuff for Retro and Legions Con that, like, if I'm going to watch something, I'm going to sit down and watch it. So I got to be very picky about what I watch right now.
Nice.
You got to watch comedies so you can just listen.
There you go. That's what I've been doing lately. Like if I just need background noise while I'm painting or something, I've been like either playing like just binging Seinfeld or The Office or something. Like I just put it in the background while I'm working. Yeah. So it's like if I miss something, it's not that big of a deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I have my like soundtrack, movie score type soundtrack going, so I can just like totally live in whatever character I'm working on.
That's cool.
So
beautiful.
Yeah, I did that watching Gargoyles last year when I was rewatching that on Disney. So like I missed half of the show because I wasn't watching it. I was painting stuff. I was like, all right, I can't do this again.
That's cool. They have anything new coming out? The NECA Gargoyle line, or are they pretty much wrapped up with everything that they've?
I'm sure they're going to try to keep going with that. I know they've got.
I'm sure they're going to keep going.
Are there figures that like big name figures that you're waiting on that haven't been released yet?
The Xanatos.
Yeah, there's the Xanatos and the Xanatos in the armored, like the Steel Clan. There's the robot Steel Clan. So there's a bunch of ones that they've announced, and they're doing alternate versions of some of the characters. But I think they could do the whole like the mutant clan, like Elisa's brother, that they get turned into like mutant hybrid gargoyle characters.
Mm-hmm.
They could do those. They could do was it the Wolf Pack? Is that what they were, like the TV show that were supposed to be like cybernetic superheroes? you've got all the like Puck and Oberon and all of the other worlds, Avalon stuff. So there's a lot more they could do if they really wanted to. I don't know how much of a demand there would be for them. But for me, I want to get Xanatos and Elisa and the rest of the main characters, like the gargoyle characters. What's his name? The Scottish guy. I'm drawing a blank on his name. Macbeth.
Oh yeah.
He's like the bounty hunter that's coming after him. You've got the three. You've got, what is it, Cold Heart or Cold Stone? Not the ice cream place, but the couple that were like
not the creamery.
Yeah, there were a couple that were like merged, like part gargoyle, part like robot, because their souls were all trapped together or whatever. So there's definitely more they could make.
Are you collecting that gargoyle line too, Greg?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
I just got 2 of the Steel Clan. Yeah, I grabbed 2 of the Steel Clans at PowerCon. They had them for like $30. So I was like, oh, that's cheaper than the store.
Where at the NECA table?
At PowerCon. No, at one of the booths. One of the guys at the booth had them for $30.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I got that, and then I got the Mutant Shredder. They were $90 for the 3 of them. I was like,
nice.
I'll take that all day.
Good prices.
All day.
Yeah. All day.
I just saw Dork Layer here said his background for customs and painting is Star Trek Voyager. Really good series. The new one, Strange New Worlds. Awesome series.
I like it. Yeah, I'm watching that. So
yeah, I would put that right up there with Voyager as far as just like really good Star Trek show.
Speaking of Star Trek, have you guys watched the Orville?
Yes. I have not. I tried watching it, and I thought that it would like. I watched like 1 or 2 episodes, and I've heard that I need to go back and give it another chance because I think it like finds its groove after a few episodes.
Oh, it does. It does.
So it's on my list to go back and rewatch. So
yeah, that's a really good show. It's a. I like.
They made it look like it was going to be just like a spoof comedy.
Yeah,
but it's correct. Yep.
Like they could easily, if they would have just changed some words and some of the uniforms, they could easily have made it a Star Trek spinoff without it being a stretch. If it would have just been a slightly funnier setting of a Star Trek, but like they do some serious
Trevor,
stuff.
we don't use absolutes like that. That's
I'm gonna agree with Trevor on that one. 100%.
That's taking an opinion and making it sound like a fact. So I don't know about that.
It's really good, man.
I'll rephrase that. I'll say Orville is my favorite.
There you go, Jesse. That's much better.
Yes.
See, that's the way I normally address stuff. I was answering the way you normally address stuff.
But I will give it another shot. I mean, heck, I've given Vox Machina like 3 shots at this point, so I can give Orville a second. So,
How far did you get on Vox Machina?
5 episodes, I think.
All right.
Yeah, it just wasn't for me. So, but that's all right.
Nah, you didn't like it.
Different strokes, different folks. So,
I like Vox
Machina. I mean, some people like elves. So, I mean, what are you gonna do?
What's wrong with Elvis?
Yeah.
Thinks of elves, not Elvis.
Yeah.
Oh.
I need to get one of those Alfs. I've been like waiting, like that's one I've been waiting to get one in the store, and I've not seen it at the store at all. Sick. Like I might just have to just buy one online, even though I try to have certain things that I look for in the store just to give me interested in like looking at the toy aisle. Mm-hmm. And that's one of those where I was like, oh, as soon as I see one in the store, I'm going to pick it up. And then I've been at the store like hundreds of times since then and haven't seen it. So, yeah.
I tried to wait for the store too, and I just couldn't find it out here. So I ended up getting it. And then now I've seen it in the store a few times, but Alpha's a must. You got to get them. Yeah. I even got the Comic-Con one.
Nice. It's not a figure that I would have had like a pipe dream of like, man, I really hope they make an Alf figure someday. But if I would have seen one on the shelf, that would have been cool.
Yeah.
But like NECA, like it's just the fact that you can pose its mouth. I think Bill, I saw that on his review of it before I got mine. Like you can kick the jaw off to the side so it looks like the puppet when he's doing like his weird faces and everything.
Yeah.
Like it's a great figure for like it's way more articulated and expressive than a toy like that should be.
Yeah. It's one of those, like you said, I wouldn't have ever been like hoping for that character. But I've heard so many good reviews on it. Like, you know, everybody that gets one in hand just says they love it. So I was like, yeah, as soon as I see it, I'm gonna grab it. And for some reason, my store has just never had it. So I think I might. Have you guys tried to go back and watch that series? Like, I'm wondering if that holds up. I was thinking about maybe watching that with the kids, but I don't know.
It's not bad. I watched it again.
Yeah,
I'm sure I would have a nostalgia bias on it.
Yeah,
but like cartoons that I try to watch from the 80s, like they just, even though I still like them for what they are,
you definitely got to have a drink or a smoke with it. So like tune in.
I was trying to explain to one of my kids like what Alf was, and I was like, well, you've watched American Dad, right? And they're like, yeah. I was like, it's kind of like Roger, like a little bit, like you know, just like this weird alien living with this normal family, and you know, so
it's E.T. meets Bart Simpson as a sitcom.
Yeah. But then he also wants to eat their cat. I don't know. It's a whole thing. So, yeah, I might have to just find one of those online. But, anything else that you guys have gotten recently that you think is cool? Anything you've picked up?
I just picked up. What just came in? I got that werewolf. What's his name?
Veteran William.
Got the name of it. Yes. Oh man, this guy.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Now
they've
got another one of those coming out, right? Werewolf. Don't they have another one? Okay.
Yeah, but this is one of my favorite ones here in my room.
Nice. Yeah, that's Jesse painted that, right?
Yeah, Jesse painted. Anthony from Noble Bear, he sent this over.
Nice.
For me because
did the eyes hold up?
That represents me. Everything held up perfectly fine.
Those eyes are great.
I had to give him those bloodshot eyes.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me happy that holds such a place for you.
Got it right up here next to Wally.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I love it.
I picked up that Dio set on Big Bad Toy Store, that Sector 7. Man, I was pretty impressed with that. Like just for
you're talking about the extreme sets?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, just for being made out of cardboard. I mean, the thing is freaking massive. It's got a lot of different parts, and I
have that one.
It's just I was very impressed with it. Like I've got this big giant island in my kitchen, and it took up the whole freaking island. Like it's huge. So yeah, I mean
that's why I like these shells, man, because you can take one of those sets and actually fill it in.
That's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, they've got quite a few different sets, and then they've also got. I've seen some like accessory kits. Like they got one that's just like a bunch of crates. Yeah. Like you can get some crates and fold them together and kind of put them there and stuff. And so yeah, I was
there's like a subway. There's a subway train.
Yeah.
There's like a street top where it's got like places where you can put.
They've got one that's like a dojo, like that. Like you build the dojo and like you can put the figures inside the dojo and stuff. Like that.
There's one that's
I lost 3 of those sets.
You lost 3?
Yeah, I had 5. I lost 3 of them. Yeah. And in the flood they had in the basement.
Oh, gotcha. That was last year about this time, wasn't it?
That was 2 years ago.
Oh, 2 years ago.
I think that was that was.
That was last
year. Yeah.
It was last year.
It was last year because that was right before my mom took off. Right around this time in August.
Yeah, that sucked because you had a bunch of like Mezco and everything down there, didn't you?
Oh man, and I was just moving stuff around, so I took stuff off of the pallets that I had just to move things around, and I was like, my mom's about to leave. I'll get it like I'll fix it up in a week, and yeah, and I come home and I'm just hanging out, and then I usually check the camera. I have a camera in the basement, and I was like, you know what? I haven't checked the camera today because it was a busy day at work. It was a Saturday. So I got home, my mom made dinner, I sat down, started eating, and I just grabbed my phone and I pulled up and I saw one of the road, like the stacks of boxes fell over. And I'm like, oh shit, my fingers fell over. I ran downstairs, like I ran to the basement. As soon as I opened that basement door and I turned the light on, and I saw like the wave at the bottom of the stairs.
Oh.
And I was like, oh shit. No. And I ran downstairs with flip-flops, barefoot, in nasty water. I was picking shit up, and it was a nightmare in there. It was, man, it sucked.
I can't even imagine.
Oh man,
it sucked. Yeah, it sucked. Lost a couple grand with this stuff, but you know, shit happens.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks a lot.
I remember seeing you post about looking for help, and I was like, oh no, and I just watching that whole thing, and then the messages with you and Brian and everything, I was like, oh my god, like I was getting, it wasn't even my stuff, and I was getting like sick to my stomach watching.
Yeah,
we were washing figures and drying figures because you know you want to wash all that shit off of them so they don't smell or nothing like that.
Right.
So it was like a whole thing. This stuff I just threw out because I got so fed up. I was like, you know, I'm gonna just take this as a loss. Fuck this shit. I'm like washing every fucking thing. Like this is ridiculous.
Yeah,
oh, man.
Oof. That's crazy.
Well, yep. That's what my next setup will be. Not in the basement.
There you go.
I don't know if I ever be able to do like a room like this in the basement and like be okay. Like I got PTSD. Like I'm like no.
So, got a couple people talking about Cosmic. So, like, are you all in on Cosmic Legions at this point? Have you gotten?
Yeah. So at first I wasn't. I was like, nah, I'm just gonna dibble dabble, and then like being in the studio and then playing like when they came in and playing around with them, I was like, damn you bastards! All right, I'm in. I'm in.
What's your favorite so far?
You know what? I really like the operative.
Yeah.
That paint on this body is crazy.
Ooh, what's that head?
My man Corey gave me this head at PowerCon, and cool. I didn't know what I was gonna do with it. And when I put it on this one, I was like, you know what? I like this head a lot on this body.
That works.
Where'd that head come from?
I have no idea. I got to ask him. Corey Shorthand.
Okay. Yeah. Mythic Heathens.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
He hooked me up with this. He gave me a couple of heads, but this one, when as soon as I opened this friggin', I was playing around with it in the hotel, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, oh, you know what? This is the winner.
That Sentry body, the details on it are so dang good. I love seeing the customs that we've seen with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
Sentry's probably my favorite.
On that figure, like so good.
Yeah, Sentry's a very dope base figure that you could really get into it and make it your own, you know. And I just can't wait till they start making more like that.
Yeah,
because that's more of the science office. I think that like that body, that the all white one.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's
with the little chess piece. I think it's just a chess piece.
Yeah, it's one of those where the sculpt of the figure is definitely there. It'll be interesting to see, you know, when they hand it to Cameron or Sherry and say, okay, paint up something wild on this, you know, like use this figure, but
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I mean,
can't wait till they start
we've heard it say before, like the best customizers in the community are the Four Horsemen. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
You know what? I love the fact that it's the community that makes them even better. You know, because all these guys see the stuff that everybody makes.
Yeah.
And when you make something that's really good, they're like, it makes them step their game up, you know, and their creativity gets even crazier. That's the best. That's the awesome thing about it.
Well, it's like you were saying earlier with
it works both ways.
With the Ahsoka, you know, with Rosario Dawson, like Like
Mhm.
she cared about the property. She cared about, like, the same thing goes for Four Horsemen. Like they care about this stuff. It's not just these guys that are trying to make toys for people that, what they think they would like. Like they're making toys that they would like. And it just so happens they're toy collectors as well. So that's a big part of this and why they're so successful, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they definitely do stuff that doesn't suck.
That's true. Yeah, try not to suck.
Well, since I know, I'm going to interrupt here real quick. I apologize. I wanted to bring this up earlier and I forgot to get it ready until now. They speaking of Ahsoka and Cosmic and customs and all that stuff, one of our friends, Photog Damon, over on Instagram, knowing how much I liked Ahsoka, did a whole series. I won't go through every photo, but they did a whole series of photos where Ahsoka and Sabine meet up with Ziri. So it's this whole story as they're coming together. And they tagged me as celebrating Tano Tuesday and, dedicating it to me. So I just thought that was really cool that someone took time out of their Instagram post to make up a story and tag me in it and everything. So I just thought that was really cool. And seeing the three of these characters like gear up and go to do whatever they're going to do together. And Ahsoka gets the Sphexian glaive lance thing was just really cool. So
how cool is that you've been talking about Tano Tuesdays for like a long time, and then they switched the show from Wednesdays to Tuesday?
Well, I think really cool. I can't take credit for that. I think I can't say I didn't make it up on my own and then realize that I think Ashley Eckstein was doing something with it before the live action stuff. But because I've been doing like Ahsoka shirts on Tuesday for like the last 5 years or so. So it was really cool. And it put it at an easier time to be able to watch it with my mom instead of trying to get up at 6 o'clock and watch it before work.
Right.
So after watching the show, I ended up moving my Clone Wars shelf over to one of the biggest shelves. Oh, somebody fell. I got to fix them real quick for you. So I ended up doing this.
Oh, wow. That's nice.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's an impressive army.
And that's a lot of 332nd troopers.
All right. That's not the Ahsoka that belongs there, but I'm waiting for that one to come in. So that's just a stand-in right now.
I like the one that's coming from Mayfex next year. That one looks really nice.
Yeah. I'm all in on all those Ahsokas. I got to get all of them. But yeah,
I will say I love the Rebels Ahsoka is my favorite version of Ahsoka.
Yeah. This is one of my favorite shows.
Oh, that hair is really cool. I don't know that I've seen that figure.
That's cool. That's
the hell.
Yeah,
that's the whole Rebels crew from the animated. I have all those too.
Yeah, that's cool. I think I've seen all those other figures, but I don't think I've seen that Hera one. That's cool.
But
and I have that Ghost and Phantom. Yep.
This is really cool. Did you get the Ghost, the HasLab?
No. It's the one HasLab I would want, but no, I did not do that.
Space, man. Really space. I really debated on whether I was going to open up this Battle Cat or not, just for space. And, because it is freaking massive, but it was just too good not to. Oh, there you go.
I have a Hera right on the side of my desk with the Hot Wheels Ghost.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
A little bit smaller than the HasLab one. Slightly.
Hey.
But man, how cool was Hera on like live screen? Like seeing her live and how like close to the character they got it, like to make it look just like her. Like, oh man.
Yeah. I've always liked Mary Elizabeth Winstead anyway, so seeing her as Hera, and it's just really cool because now you've got her. She's married to Ewan McGregor.
Yeah.
So he's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and their daughter was in a scene together with him and Obi-Wan, and then of course his uncle was Wedge in the original movie. So it's just cool that
getting
to see that family get to be a part of it. But yeah, I thought they did a great job with her costume and everything, and I think she's doing a really good job as that character. Oh, here we go. Curtis is
That's
showing
like the
off
size of my cat.
This thing is freaking massive.
Yeah, it's massive, man.
And then the articulated jaw.
Oh,
dude, it's so
yeah.
good.
I played around with it at the show, man. It's insane. It's so good.
Yeah.
Like I said, but I understand what you're saying, Jesse. Like, it's those kind of things are very expensive, but then it's also like, how much room can you dedicate to it?
I wish this came out 2 years ago. I would have got it.
Yeah.
My biggest reason for not doing the HasLab was money. I would make space for the ghost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you could potentially hang it from the ceiling too. I know that's what some people that got that chopper from the G.I. Joe one, they were talking about like hanging from the ceiling. So
that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, you look like you did have some things hanging up there, don't you?
So
yeah,
I got my
turtle blimp,
turtles
nice.
hanging. I got to put some air into it. It's getting a little thin, and then I just put this up.
Oh, nice!
It's like the Predator, the Predator ship.
Oh, okay.
The Predator is that Predator Hunter.
Yeah.
That's the two that I got hanging up right now.
Nice.
Oh, and this guy too. He's hanging too. They're in the blue.
I need to get a movie Raph with the cloak and everything, the disguise.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I do all
you gotta
the
find
turtles.
someone to split the Casey with you.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I might want a Casey too. I don't know. I might have to check that out.
I got my little
Went and
Asian
looked for
thing
that Batman Pocket
gosh.
Hero the other day after the show, but couldn't find one with good paint apps.
Oh, and you close your eyes and rub it on your lips. It won't matter what the paint looks like.
That's true. I'm gonna rub the paint off anyway. Are you wearing lipstick? No, that's Batman face.
Was it Billy did that meme afterwards?
Yeah.
Of like the one that was like all chewed up.
Yeah.
Oh, too funny.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, well, put that back
sorry.
up.
It's like bigger than my hand. Like it's
Yeah, I think it's
huge. Cool. Good stuff.
Oh man. So you're gonna have your Groger heads at Legion's Con.
Yes, sir.
You said some are gonna be painted, some won't be painted.
Yeah, I'm gonna have Brian paint a couple up for sale. They'll be out.
Okay.
They'll be on his table.
Do you know where you guys are located? Like what table you're at?
I'm not sure. Not sure.
Cool. Yeah, I'm hoping to be able to get around the convention a little bit more this year. I do have my wife and son there with me, so hopefully I can at least get them to watch the table long enough for me to break free a couple times and just check out the rest of the convention.
That's kind of why I did the table this year. That's kind of because I wanted to be able to talk to people and hang out and see some stuff,
Yeah, I know Joe did his table last year, so it would be nice for you guys at the studio to kind of alternate. Like this year, these guys are going to work the Horseman table and these other people are going to do their own table, that kind of thing.
Well, the Horseman table is pretty set with George, Diego at the register, and then you got CB, Jeremy behind
and
the thing.
I've heard the checkout process is much better now. Like you guys put barcodes on things, and it's like you're whipping through that stuff.
Oh, I mean, you were only there for PowerCon, but this year PowerCon it went quick.
Yeah.
That line was super long. If this was last year with the old system, that line would have carried over for the whole entire day, you know. But now with that system, it's half, you know, more. Like that line goes through quick, 3-4
That's
hours,
awesome.
and that line's done. Maybe even sooner.
So
that's
before
gonna
that,
be a
were
good thing.
you
The
guys
lines aren't gonna be as crazy.
Like if I, you know, or let's say somebody like Ish comes through and gets a whole bunch of figures, are you guys, like in the past, were you guys having to look it up like on a sheet and see like what the prices were on everything, whereas now you can just scan it and go?
I mean, it was in a tablet, and you kind of look up the character in a tablet, and you click
Gotcha.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, but you got to find each character.
Right.
So now with the scan, you just boop 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 boop. You know, when you guys pull,
awesome.
when everybody comes up with their boxes, just have all the barcodes upside down. So this way you'll have the line even moving even faster. So a lot of people were doing that. They were setting it up so this way the barcodes were all out. You woke up, boop, 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 and you're out of there within like 2 minutes.
There you go. Pro tip for everybody going to Legions Con. If you're getting a bunch of figures, have the barcodes facing out.
Have the barcodes facing out, and you'll be in and out of there in a couple minutes.
Beautiful. I'm hoping that they've got a couple of the operatives at Legions Con. That would be great. I mean, I've got it ordered for that wave, but I would love to get one early. So
I don't know. I know we sold out at PowerCon.
Oh yeah. I did hear that. Yep.
Yeah. So the operative is really nice. That paint is really sick.
And I know last year they did the giant ogre, and I saw that was at PowerCon too. So I'm excited to see what they bring this year. So I'm fingers crossed. I'm fingers crossed that it's a giant sentry. Oh, I would love that.
just know it's local, so you know.
Yeah.
You go back and forth multiple times. It's not like we got to come one shot, everything one shot.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a lot of cool stuff. That's
cool.
Don't want to miss it. I definitely tell you that it's gonna be the biggest one so far, and it's gonna be really fun.
Well, and that's the
You'll
thing.
catch me outside by the fireplace most of the night.
It seems like it just keeps getting bigger every year, you know.
What'd you say about every night?
Yeah. I'll be by the fireplace. There's a nice fireplace outside.
Oh, okay.
With like seating and everything like that. That's where I'll be most of the night.
As long as it's nice, fall weather like it should be, and not stupid summer weather like it was last year.
Correct. I mean, but listen, at nighttime it'll be cool, so as long as it doesn't rain or snow, then we're good.
I did.
It was a little warm. It was a little warm last year.
Speaking of that, I bought a battery powered fan for this year for Legions Con. I got one on Amazon. It was like $40, and like on the highest speed, it'll last like 16 hours or something. And I'm like, yeah, because
you know what? BK has this little thing that he puts around his neck. It's like a fan too. It's like a little thing that goes around your neck and it blows. I might try that.
I've had one.
You have to send me that link.
Send
me that link, Curtis.
Listen,
yeah, it's
PowerCon.
It's awesome too. You can charge your phone on it and everything.
Really
it's like you can have the fan on. You can charge your phone. It's got a light on it. Like for $40, I'm like, yeah, I got to get that. So
that's not bad.
I mean, I'm hoping that they find the air conditioner controls a lot faster this year. But if it's anywhere as warm as it was last year, I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely going to need a fan.
And I'll bring this up every time it gets mentioned. Shout out to Ryan Anthony for figuring out how to turn on the air conditioner, and that they were not on at Legions Con last year.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, it was pretty hot at one point.
It was sweltering in that room. Is the word I would use.
I remember heat rises, so I was catching the brute end of that.
Right.
And I would also say, like, for anybody that is attending the convention with the intent of purchasing things, those little wagons really come in handy. Like I saw. The first couple of people I saw with those little wagons going around with all the figures, I'm like, well, that's that's a little excessive. And then as I'm trying to get all the shit that I bought out of the convention and the one elevator that was working, I was like, man, I wish I had one of those wagons. So
yeah, those wagons come in real handy, especially if you're buying a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's the move.
Yeah, my wife's got one of those for bringing the groceries in, and so I may have to steal that for the Legion.
Yeah. Well, she'll be with you, so you won't need it for groceries that week.
True. That's true.
Hey, Zombie jumped in. What's up, Zombie?
What's up, Zombie?
Beautiful.
Well, yes.
Zombie, are you making it this year for Legion's Con? I know he was talking about it. I'm not sure if he made a decision or not. It'd be really cool to see him in person this year.
Isn't Billy going to go kidnap him? Wasn't that?
I thought that was the plan. Was Billy was supposed to abduct him, against his will. So,
we'll Billy.
Yeah,
Billy. That's a wild boy.
As long as he doesn't power bomb, Zombie will be good. So
okay.
Oh man, good stuff.
Oh boy,
good stuff.
So Legion's Con coming up. Anything else? Big
now 11 weeks, 10 weeks, something like that.
I think we are wrapping up, or we're in week 11. So by next Friday, I think it'll be week 10.
Gotcha.
I think.
Not much time left.
No.
Greg, do you feel like giving a quick tour?
Sure.
Zombie said if somebody wants to kidnap me / adopt me, I might go. But yeah, Air the Rising is asking about looking at some of your displays.
All right, I'll start on this side. Let me see.
Ooh, getting the leg.
Nice. Now there's no way that you ever see that shelf. So that way down there, there's no way you're seeing that.
I have this little stool right here.
Yeah.
That's what I used to roll around the room and take them to the bottom of the bottom floor. So this is my X-Men.
So when you organize that shelf, like even sitting down on the floor, you got to be towering over. Do you like lay down on your stomach when you do that shelf?
Yes. I'm on the side, kind of like I'm
okay.
Like, kind of like this laying in there,
Doing the Ian Malcolm.
Yeah.
Paint him like one of your French gals. Oh, I love that Templar one. That's awesome.
I think I saw that. I'm trying to see. I can't really flip the camera so I can look at what I'm showing you.
What's that huge thing in the background?
Which one?
Down there in the bottom.
As a pop.
That's a pop. Yeah? That's a flock pop. Yeah, that's for Naruto.
Ah, gotcha.
Come on, Curtis.
Lord of the Rings. Very nice. Hey, I got one of those Cabal logos like that, and I cannot get it to stay up for anything. What do you have on the back of there? Is it just double-sided tape or?
Yeah, but I use the 3M tape.
Okay, I might have to get some of that because I tried to put it up with just like box tape and it just keeps falling. So
no, it'll keep falling.
Very nice.
The wings came off.
Got your Sentinel in the background.
Yeah, so I gotta fix this shelf. Needs a lot of work.
The mansion just got destroyed. That's all. The
Sentinel destroyed the mansion.
So my Figura Obscura shelf.
Nice. Uh-oh.
Wow, the trolls.
Walter, are you still watching?
Got the trolls.
That's a lot of trolls. What else you got in there with that ice troll there?
Some frozen trees, it looks like.
Frozen trees and
sailing. I got it from IKEA.
That's cool.
Not IKEA, Target. Target had like the little decorations. So I kind of stuck it in there just to give it that woodsy feel.
That's great.
Does he have like ice on the bottom too? What is that?
Yeah, so this ice is from that Star Wars Ray Kylo pack or something like that.
Okay.
It was the Kmart packs. There was the Star Killer base packs. Yep.
That's cool. I like that.
I got this made by Melissa Somerville. She repainted an apple for me. That was really cool.
I've got 2 of those to do. That one is halfway painted.
Yeah, my Conan.
Oh, I sent you one, didn't I?
You sent me one, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Curtis.
Silverhawks. I just got my Quicksilver.
You don't get to go to that shelf.
I just got my Quicksilver in today. I haven't opened it yet.
Nice. Spawn.
Oh, that's nice. Cool.
That's like that. Really good. I'm not a huge Mortal Kombat fan, but that's a great display.
Yeah.
I got my little...
nice. Those scale really nice with the NECA D&D figures, the kids.
Yeah, they do.
That was a weird sentence to say out loud.
You got to have the dwarves.
I mean, you don't have to, but nice. Conan.
Conan.
That Doctor Strange shelf is crazy.
Yeah, that's neat.
I still got to pull out some more Fantastic Four figures that I got stored away.
Ooh,
holy crap!
That's cool. What you got down there at the bottom? Like just some cotton and lights and
that's some Kirby Crackle right there is what that is.
That's nice. I like that. And is that like the background? Is that part of the box?
Yep. Okay. That's part of it. I chopped it up and stuck it in there.
That's cool. I like that a lot.
And then let's go. I'll just do some dinosaur. My T-Rex up there. I want to turn that into the primal guy, the primal dinosaur. Did you ever watch Primal?
Oh yeah, I never finished it, but I started it after PowerCon last year.
Man.
We were talking about it.
I love that. That's one of my favorites.
Wow, these are some nice army collections.
My Joes are
down
you
sure you
here.
Don't want some more clones, Curtis?
Yeah.
I got my Predators.
Nice.
That's the nice thing about having the DTOFs is that I can limit myself to 1 cube.
Yeah. A-Walk.
If I had the shelves like Greg, I'd have to fill them up with something and it just cost me a lot more money.
Oh man, more turtles. That's awesome. The Hydra and AIM stuff is cool. Oh, nice. I love your character shelves, like where it's just a character.
Yeah.
That's a lot of Wolverine.
My DC stuff.
Love it.
Very cool. Did you see the new McFarlane? They announced the animated figures they're doing for Batman, and it's a Build-A-Figure for Condiment King.
That's where they got me. I like, oh, you bastards! I got to get Condiment King.
It's such a
such
a weird character. Oh man, I love those fire escape things. I've been wanting to get one of those.
Wow, they just mount on the wall. That's cool.
Yeah,
they're shelves. They're not made for toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it's for like for plants.
Plants, yeah.
That's cool.
Man, look at all those Spideys.
Clone Wars.
Epic. Oh, look at all those.
What's that ship from?
That's Ray Speeder from Force Awakens.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Love the Serpentor. And yeah, that's cool.
And all those plaques, are they all DB makes? DB Blake, DB?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah, cool.
DB Blakes, yep. And then I got this contraption with 2 detolfs that's built into like a 3-pack, a 3 like 1 piece.
Oh wow.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I'm still working on this on some of these for my the Gomez's.
Were those Sentinels from the Matrix on that middle shelf?
Yes.
Nice.
So I got it with the Craig because I think they kind of.
Yeah, that works with that. That's cool.
I used to have that
Cool.
McFarlane Sentinel. I wish I still had it. That thing was awesome. Man, that TIE fighter is massive.
Mm-hmm.
It cracks me up when I see those and people are like, "Oh, we want a Black Series scale Millennium Falcon or something." I'm like, that thing would be insanely huge.
Stuff over.
I mean, it would be really cool, but
stuff up there. And then I got Gremlins up here. Garbage Pail Kids.
oh, those are great.
I got Hellboy.
Hellboy.
With all his cats.
Nice. Oh, that's sweet.
A cool little display. I like that. Where's that staircase
you guys
from?
still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you hear us? I don't think you can hear us.
Is your phone dying, Greg?
His earbud might have died. Can you hear it? Can you hear us now?
Oh,
Can you hear us,
you're
Greg?
still good, Greg. We hear you.
I kind of broke up. I can't hear you guys.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
How about now?
Yeah, I'm back. I can hear you now.
Okay.
All right.
Where did
How's it
that
going?
staircase come from?
This is Crashbox.
Oh, nice.
He had these up for a little while.
That's cool.
Let's see. Let's go in this corner.
Oh, the monster turtles, nice. Rick and Morty. See, that's a show, Curtis. You're talking about whatever, the cat poop or whatever in Vox Machina. That's how I feel about Rick and Morty. I just don't get it. I don't have anything against it. I just don't get it. But more power to those people that do like it. Yeah. No judgment.
Love that Joker display. That's cool.
Love that Joker.
With the walls. That's neat. Is that like from a box or something that you got that?
So this was actually a NECA box. The NECA Joker, the movie Joker. So when the store was closing out, they had a bunch of them, and I got them for like 50 cents.
That's cool. Makes it look like a padded room or something.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Oh, those are great.
Yeah.
Where's Dooch? He's got his boy on there right now.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Fury
Clan.
Woo-hoo.
That is, I'm mousing over it like anyone can see what I'm mousing over. That's really cool with the D13 green demons.
Yeah,
from
I saw how you were incorporating those together. Yeah, that's something we didn't talk about from PowerCon, but those looked really cool.
If I had those, I would be using the green head for sure.
Yeah. Though I was surprised with those exclusives that he had for PowerCon. Those are super cool.
Yeah, I think he was surprised by them too. I don't think he knew he had them for sale.
Very cool, man. Oh,
I'm a huge Lobo fan, so I love that Lobo shelf you got up there.
Lobo is one of my guys right here.
Yeah, that's cool.
And that's actually signed by the Horsemen a long time ago.
Nice.
And then we got the Transformers.
That's great. As your gargoyles.
Oh, nice rooftop settings. Where are those from? The rooftops?
My buddy Al Figures. He made these like 7 years ago.
That's cool.
Okay.
And they still held up after all these years.
There's your battle scene. Yeah, good grief.
Wow.
That's a good grief, not a bad grief.
Ooh, now that is cool. That's like straight out of that Bonnie Rotten's picture that we were looking at earlier with the band. Yeah.
And then I
He's got a
got
drunk Gizmo fountain and all those
this used to be
flayed
my alien
bodies.
setup.
Oh,
Now it's
nice.
a little mixture.
The little pods, legs. Yeah.
Oh, with Alf down there, I love it. In the cosmics.
So,
So cool, dude.
you guys feel like doing a giveaway?
Sure.
I got this
Yeah,
guy right here.
Okiedos.
Yeah, with some signatures on it.
Oh, nice.
Let me get the giveaway tool.
Yeah, let's do a hashtag Groger.
Nice. Groger.
E at the end.
Grogere or RE?
Grogre. Grog.
Okay, here we go. Let's present.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
for anybody that's
go ahead.
Got it.
There you go. Hashtag Groger.
Let's go, folks. Hashtag
to win a signed Okiedos. I'm guessing that's signed by the Horsemen.
Yeah, a couple of guys from the studio.
Beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of people were impressed. Papa Schmitty, that lighting setup is A+, dude. Lots of time on these setups.
Thank you, guys.
Mark Rivera, that was some of the most amazing displays. Zombie's asking if you're still in your basement. He remembers your plumbing disaster. We did talk about that a little earlier.
This is a second bedroom.
All right. We'll let this go for a minute.
I did have a starred comment from Zombie 2. Has anybody heard from Melissa lately? She hasn't responded to my messages. Anybody knows her personally, hear from her at all? I'm guessing he's talking about Melissa Somerville.
Yeah, yeah, Melissa Somerville. I haven't heard from her lately either, man. I sent the messages too. I think she's taking a break from social media for a little while.
Okay. Yeah, I have not heard anything. So
hold on, I'll be right back. I got you in my earbud.
Okay.
All right.
I know she's worked pretty closely with Stefan Delatorre, so maybe reach out to him and he might know.
I know I had done something similar a while ago when I asked him how she was doing. I believe he said the same thing, and that she might have been in the middle of moving or something. I don't remember.
Okay. I know she had that set up for the trolls last year with the harness and stuff. So it'd be interesting to see if she's got some other like attachments or something coming for that this year at Legion's Con. That would be cool.
Yeah.
So we got 18 people in chat. We got 8 entries. So if you're, not very often you get a chance to win a figure with signatures from the studio. So, if you're out there, throw out that hashtag Groger.
Yeah, and who knows what sort of residual contact you might get from it as well.
There you go.
Greg, I don't know if you're back yet, but you're muted. So if you can hear us, you're muted. You have to unmute your mic.
Okay,
there
back.
we go.
Here we go. Okay.
So Melissa I wanted to double check. She is on the list for Lady Tank Studios to be at the show this year. So
okay, good. Yeah, I haven't spoke to her. I know she was taking a break from the social media for a little while.
And hey, everybody needs to do that from time to time. It can get to you.
Right. One thing I wanted to, while we wait for more people to click on that, one thing I wanted to bring up on this Mondo Battle Cat 2 that I was really impressed with, each of the, not only is there toe articulation, it's each individual toe. Like individual toe is articulated.
Do the claws pop out?
No, they don't. But I just thought that was like, it's one thing to have a toe kick, like a McFarlane toe kick, but have like each individual toe be articulated is crazy.
Wow.
Just imagine putting that paw down on top of Skeletor or one of the other bad guys and have the toes articulate like he's pushing him down.
Yeah. So
That's very cool.
But in order to make room for that, I am going to be selling a few of my other Mondos at Legion's Con. I took down Hordak, the original Scareglow, and Keldor. So I'll be selling a few of those at Legion's Con just to make some room.
Okay.
So, yep.
Come on, 20 guys, hit that Groger.
And then depending on when the Trapjaw comes in, I may have one of those for sale because I ended up ordering both Trapjaws, but I'm only going to keep one. I don't know which one yet. I like both, but I think I like the Filmation colors, the like the pink better than the black, but I'm not positive yet. It was one of those where when I saw it for sale, I was like, I'll buy them both and then just make the decision later.
You know which figures I really like right now? These Superman figures.
Oh yeah, the Mayfex ones.
The Mayfex ones, yeah, man.
Yeah, that Eradicator.
I think you guys just became best friends.
Yeah, that Eradicator is up right now for sale, and then the Superboy should be later this year. So
yeah, I'm all in on those.
Yeah, they're so good. I love that whole Reign of Superman line, and then I ended up getting that Doomsday Superman 2-pack from McFarlane to go with it.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that Doomsday is it's the best Doomsday I've seen so far. I have seen some people do like a black wash on it, which makes it look even better because it brings out some of the details. Great. So I need to do that on mine, but you know,
I got to buy that too.
Whatever, 10, 11 weeks from Legion's Con, I need to do other painting first.
Yeah.
So,
well, hey, since we're showing stuff off, I'm going to show something off I painted today. It's not complete. I still have a tusk to do.
Very cool.
Oh, I love those elephants. They're really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I came out. Yeah.
That's beauty.
I got to think of something to do on the back here to like.
I think I want to get one of those and paint match it to an ice troll. I've seen the stone troll and obviously you got the forest one there, but I think an ice troll one would be pretty awesome.
That'll be awesome.
I might try to pick up a couple extras and if I have to get I need to get a Brontus so I can because someone suggested an orange. I was like, ooh, that would be really cool. But I wanted to have this. I wanted to have this 2-take-2 RetroCon so it could be at the Wolf King table painted up.
Nice.
So I was like, all right, I'm going to go with green since it's at least a little more fun than gray, even though gray is technically my favorite color.
I'm gonna have to get one.
Which one of the 4 trolls is your guys' favorite? For like, if you don't think about the head, because obviously they've done some, alternate heads and stuff, but just the body. Which of the 4 trolls is your favorite body?
Like the colors?
Yes.
Forest.
Yeah, I was got to say I really like the forest. It's between the forest and the ice troll.
Yeah, for me it's ice. I just love that ice troll. It was, I think, well, part of it's the first one that I got, so I think that just opening that first massive troll, like it's so much different than anything else that you open. But yeah, I just love the colors on that ice one. Plus, like taking it out for shots in the snow during the winter is so fun.
Yeah. The stone troll is really cool too, though, man. I gotta say.
Yeah. Like, I mean, they're all good. Yeah. I'm really excited to get Brontus though. The orange on that just looks really cool.
Brontus
the color schemes on all of them are great. Yeah. All right. Hey, we got 15 out of 21. I say we're going to let this go for another 30 seconds, and then we're going to roll that wheel.
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
So I don't know where I'm counting those seconds from, but I'll just make it up.
Dude, I'm so ready for Jersey pizza.
I got 2 slices I'm going to heat up.
I just want some... I mean, I'd go for a frozen pizza right now. I mean, not actually frozen, but, a cooked frozen pizza.
What's that one place that we have to go to in Jersey to eat?
Jolly Bees.
Jolly Bees. We got to do a video with Jolly Bees.
We're going to increase our viewership.
Yeah. We're going to go from 395 subscribers to like 3 million subscribers in one day.
Yeah.
Jolly Bees. I gotta check that out. I never been there.
Yeah, that's that one that Destination Stone did a video on, just like eating there. And
Is it from
they're-
Thailand? Somewhere in Asia, I
think
think
it's
is where Jollibee's from.
Philippines.
Philippines.
Yeah, and like their subscriber view like went up like a ton overnight. So
Yeah, it was
that's in
it was
Jersey,
in that
right? Jolly Bees.
Jollibee. It was in that that sports complex thing where the like indoor ski slopes or whatever it was. Like
American Dream.
yeah, it was over there.
American
Gotcha.
Dream
So,
Mall.
I know that's a little further away from where the convention is this year, but yeah, we might have to make that happen.
Yeah,
well,
I'm down.
let's roll this giveaway.
All right,
Let's
we're
do
at
it.
15, and let's see. We Talk TV. Where do y'all live? I'm in Central Pennsylvania.
I'm in Missouri.
And I'm right in the heart of Jersey.
Why can't I get? There we go. All right, ready in 3, 2, 1. Hey, Rick Jones.
Rick, hit me up on either in my IG or my Facebook, and let me get your information. I'll send it out to you.
All right,
Nice.
Rick Jones. Yes. If for some reason you can't find Greg's, which man, I forgot to do this again. His Instagram is down here at the bottom. At Greg, formerly Brute Scale, on Instagram, or if you're on Facebook, hit him up there. If you can't get a hold of Greg, shoot a message to either me or Curtis, and we'll get you connected.
There you go.
We'll get it out to you.
Congratulations on a signed by Four Horsemen, folks. Okiedos.
Yeah, thanks for the giveaway. That was pretty cool.
Thank you, Greg.
Yeah,
No problem.
beautiful.
Awesome. Well, hey, we're rounding out 2.5 hours. I think
Woo!
that's
That went by
a
quick.
show.
I think it's a show.
Yeah, it did. Anything else you want to throw out, Greg, before we sign off for the night?
Nah, man, just stay positive, drink your water, and do good. That's it.
All right.
Beautiful. Check out Greg at Legions Con at Brian Albeda's table.
Absolutely.
Pick up a Groger
sir.
head.
And check out at Greg _formerly_brute_scale on Instagram. And you can take a look at all of those Dio pictures he's got over there and that big smiling face at the Sir Oopzak reveal. Greg, thank you so much for joining out, hanging out with us on the shelf tonight. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for the giveaway. Again, congratulations, Rick. And thanks to all of our awesome friends that were hanging out in the chat with us tonight, or if you're watching it on replay down the road, we really appreciate you being here.
Beautiful. Well, we're going to put you in the back room, Greg. We're going to close out the show. If you've got a roll, that's fine. If not, hang out and we'll be back with you in just a minute.
Oh, he's rolling.
All right. he's doing a different kind of rolling. That was a lot of fun.
I catch up later. I catch up eventually.
Yeah, I'm getting, as each week goes by, I'm getting more and more excited about Legions Con. So
me too.
This was a nice precursor.
Yes.
Yeah.
I won't give it away yet, but who is on the show? But the Sunday night before Legions Con. So what is that? November 2nd? No.
Sounds right.
November 5th. So Sunday, November 5th, we're having a pre-Legions Con party here on the shelf. We've got quite a few. We've got, I think, 3 guests lined up. 3 folks that are going to have stuff at the show, customizers, part of the community. So make sure, if you don't watch regularly, we're not doing the Road to Legions Con because, someone else is already paving that road. We're doing our own thing, but we are going to be talking to a lot of people that are setting up for Legions Con. But we do have a big show planned, and maybe we'll try to get some giveaways
for you.
Yeah, maybe we'll try to get a couple easy giveaways that night, just to kind of get the pre-show hype up. And so we'll be back next Sunday night, which I apologize, I did not get to do my normal
graphic.
because I think I left my iPad at work. But next week we've got Instagram Connexus joining us on the Shelf to be talking about stuff. I know we've featured their stuff a few times in the Shelf selections. So make sure you join us next week. I'll have the link and all that stuff up during the recap tomorrow. So check out Shooting the Shelf next Sunday night. Connexus is joining us. Very cool. All right. Anything from you, Curtis?
Just once again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. If you think that other people that would be interested in the show, please have them subscribe. We really want to get to that 500 so that we can do some more cool stuff. And we've got some really good giveaways planned. I can tell you one of the items that we have is a signed Furious 4 from the My Wife Is Gonna Kill Me guys. But we've got a lot of other great stuff that we want to give away. We just got to get to that 500 first. So yeah, talk us up and do what you can.
Absolutely. Yes, we had OffWorld this past Friday night, so make sure you go check that out. Probably doing some sort
of Jesse ripped my heart out. So those are just a couple highlights. So
I mean, mild bruising.
Yeah, that's fine.
No, we talked about Cloak and Dagger, had fun with Sean and Dooch. I'm sure you'll come up with something for off week this week, and I'll join in as soon as I can from D&D. Mythic Minute coming up Thursday night. Not sure what I'm talking about. That's kind of a fly by the seat of my pants thing. It's always fun just hanging out with everybody. So in the meantime,
until then, you do
I'm
it.
letting you do it.
Nope. Until next time.
What's on your shelf?
He